And a good Monday afternoon to you. Jason Big Joe live here on 102.5 The Game. And sorry to disappoint, no, I am not Chase McCabe, and no, he is not Big Joe Dubin. Nute and Nick Frazier here with you live on this beautiful, beautiful Monday. I almost said morning because I'm used to saying morning.
I know, right?
But it's the afternoon celebrating America. We are now 250 years plus older as a country. So we will be talking about America a lot today. We are live today from John Daly's bar, literally right on Broadway. They wanted us out here to celebrate and to let you know that if you are a Florida State or Arkansas fan, alumni, all of their home and away games will be broadcasted right here. So
for football season.
For the football season. So it makes me just want to do the Florida State chant, especially since there's no one here right now.
We got the itch, man. I mean, look at this. They got ESPNU on, and it's Eastern Carolina Tulane from last season. Give me football now.
Right next to People's Court, which I can't lie to you. Yesterday, in between matches, what was it? It was Brazil and Norway. Judge Judy came on. And I was like, well, we got about 30 minutes before pregame of Mexico and England starts, so I might as well stick around. I understand the hype. I understand Chris Sanders.
Yeah.
I get it.
Chris Sanders is the man, and that's his show. Judge Judy, that is his show for the taking.
It was like two people, like one was trying to sue the other party because they, quote, stole their dogs or something.
I know. It's crazy.
It was pretty wild.
Well, I think when you go on that show, each person gets $1,000, like if you go on the show. So that makes sense.
Oh. We should go on Judge Judy.
We should, but we got to have an actual case here, Connor. Like, what's the case?
We could sue Big Joe for defamation.
No, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. I think we should. This bull that we're here in front of us, it says caution, use at your own risk. That is a big old bull. I think that's a Brimmer bull, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a white Brimmer bull with black dots on it. It looks like, it is a cow sort of, but it's a bull. I mean,
we should hop on it.
I mean, look at that thing. That is massive.
We should hop on it.
You can. I'm good. I don't want to.
I don't think. That thing's got a.
It's got a set on it. It's for sure got a set on it.
You're making me think of Christmas Vacation where Eddie goes.
Yeah, you got that right, Connor.
I can't remember what he says, but
we can move on from it.
He gets on you. He starts humping you. He'll love you till the day you die.
Yep, that is the dog he's talking about.
How was your weekend, man? How was your 4th?
Fantastic. I went to go visit some family out east Tennessee in the home of the Mayfield Dairy. I don't know if you've heard of Mayfield Ice Cream. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, they're based out of Athens, Tennessee. So I want to go visit my aunt and uncle out there, and saw both of my cousins and their significant others. So it was always fun. They did a Athens, Tennessee, I guess. They're a small town, like kind of not a one stoplight town, but definitely a few here and there. They have the Dairy Barn, delicious ice cream place.
So you ate pretty well then, huh?
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. My uncle, like back when I was a kid, my relatives used to come in on Fridays, and my grandfather and grandmother always made pizza in the oven. It was always a Friday tradition. Well, it was a Friday when we came to Athens, and he was like, all right, I'm making pizza. I'm like, oh, this is going to be fantastic. So there's a certain cheese that we are starting to use. Well, not starting. We've been using it for a while. We found out we can buy it per loaf. So it's like $50 a loaf. It's Provel cheese. So my uncle makes like 5 to 7, maybe 10 pizzas, and we're just eating and eating. I'm like, holy cow, why am I getting tired all of a sudden? I feel like I just ate turkey. I took a 2-hour nap after I was done eating it, and I woke up. I was like, Michael, what did you put in the pizza? He goes, I don't know. It's the same thing. I was like, everybody took a nap. Everybody did. My brother, both of my I was like,
it's like Thanksgiving.
I was like, what are we doing here? I don't want to spend my time sleeping. I want to enjoy the time. So they had a fireworks show Saturday night, and it was beautiful. They had it was, I guess, the biggest drone show in the East Tennessee region. Apparently the company that came in town to Athens, Tennessee was from France. So that's pretty cool. I've never seen a small town invest that much money in a fireworks show, but hey, more power to them.
Hey, small town. I don't think you could beat a small town 4th of July.
No, not one bit. Everything closed down for it too.
See, my 4th of July consisted of, you haven't seen my neighborhood, but it's pretty small.
Okay.
There's a bunch of small town folk shooting their own fireworks, and I watched my neighbor angle it at the ground and shoot his ground. It was great. But I threw my ones in the air like Roman Reigns. I'll show you the video here in a second.
Please do.
During the break. But
overall, it was good?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed watching some soccer, to be honest with you. Which
I know. You were texting me.
I know. I'm locked in, man. I'm going to be really sad when this tournament is over because it means I won't care as much.
Right.
Which maybe I should. We got a soccer team right down the street. Maybe I should invest more time into that, especially in the summertime when as we can see on the television right now, there's nothing on.
Well, they're first in the MLS right now across East and West. And funny enough, BJ Callaghan will hop on the show at 2:30 today. So if
Yes, he
you're
will.
trying to get your soccer fix in, hey, the best team in MLS head coach is going to be on with us here at 2:30 at John Daly's.
At John Daly's. And speaking of Johns, John McClain will join the program.
That will not happen either. He's doctor's appointment.
Yeah. A guy his age.
Summer months. I get it, you know.
Is he going to be like Bill Simmons the other day where he learned that Jaylen Brown got traded from the Celtics while getting a colonoscopy?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was interesting. It sparked the conversation on DVD the other day.
Bill Simmons went to go in for a colonoscopy and found out afterwards that Jaylen Brown got traded?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
It sparked the question the other day, where's the worst place to hear bad news about your team? I don't have a story like that, but speaking of questions, it is my esteemed honor to be able to do this today.
Please.
As we are on Chase and Big Joe, the People's Show. Dr. Crane, without further ado, what is our question of the day?
Yeah, we're getting into the summer months, Connor, and I feel like a good combination between sports and non-sports. We've done this question once, and it was last year, and I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this. Where is the best hidden vacation spot?
Okay.
We're getting into the vacation months. I saw somebody over the weekend on social media say, well, that's the end of the summer after the 4th of July. Nay. There's the beach. There are nice little cabins that you can go out into Pigeon Forge area, Gatlinburg. So we want to hear from you. 615-737-1025. Where is the best hidden vacation spot on our WilsonCountyHyundai.com phone lines? We want to hear from you. 615-737-1025. Connor, where is your, I guess, favorite hidden vacation spot?
They go few and far between for me. I would have to say Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Oh.
Which a lot of people give Idaho crap because it's in the Midwest. It's where all the potatoes are grown. That's all you ever hear about it. There's no sports out there other than Boise State. Coeur d'Alene is one of the most beautiful places I have ever been in my entire life. And I'll tell you why. They got a lake out there. It is beautiful. My family lives out there. My uncle and his children who are I call him my nephew. My nephew Jack is turning 4 this month, so happy birthday to him. And then my niece, Catherine.
Okay.
She is 1. They are technically my cousins, but I'm, 20 years older than them. So
I love it.
They are, they are that. Let me tell you, they have an incredible view. They've got the lake. If you want to go cool off, they got an amusement park out there called Silverwood. It's beautiful. They got the mountains. You can hike on the mountains.
Wow.
When we were out there last, we did like an 8-mile round trip around the mountains. You get to like this hidden valley lake almost. It's beautiful. It was like a private beach. No one's out there. And then we hike back. And boy, was it a sweat. But it was so awesome. It's so beautiful. It barely ever rains out there. It's always around 80 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. And then, when you get to the winter, obviously it's going to snow. But Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, if you ever get the chance to go out there, I don't know what you would go out there for. But people will tell you there's not a lot to do. There's a lot to do out there. They've got this one place right by the beach, which is with a lake, and they sell pita sandwiches.
Oh.
And I kid you not, Nick Frazier, it is the best pita I have ever had in my life.
Oh, what do they put in the pita? Is it little lamb, little kifka?
You can get kifka.
I like the Mediterranean meats.
I got more of like an Italian kind of thing.
Oh.
So a little salami, a little pepperoni. You're gonna laugh because I make fun of you when saying this, but it's got the capricola.
Yes,
on there.
The gabagool. I love it. I love it.
You get a little of that heated up in the oven, and you are good to go. The only thing out there is when you ask for a sweet tea, they will look at you like you're an absolute idiot.
You got to ask for the ice and the stevia, right?
One time, I think we went out to eat somewhere there, and I was like, "Yeah, can I get?" This was my first day out there. Keep in mind, I said, "Yeah, can I get a sweet tea, no lemon?" And they're like, "What?" I was like, "You guys don't have this out here?" No, this is the Midwest, pal. You're not in the South.
They go, "You want Pepsi?" I'm like,
they refuse to serve you Coke.
Sure. I'll take Pepsi.
It's Pepsi. Where is your hidden location? You're the one who came up with this conversation.
Yes. So there are a few spots, I'd say, in Florida, obviously. Obviously, you kind of know one of those hidden spots. I have family that live in St. Louis, and up on the hill, that is I'd say a hidden gem. It's kind of, I wouldn't say decaying. It's just you're seeing a lot more of a younger demographic that is not familiar with the history of the hill. They have a lot of really good bakeries there, really good just small Italian market shops. Some that are closing down. Viviano's ended up closing down. Family didn't want to take on that extra weight. So, you have some stragglers that fall down, but Marconi Bakery, get up at 7 a.m., go get some hot bread.
Mhm.
Oh, I could do that any day of the week.
We could do that.
I mean, any day of the week, seriously. And then you have Missouri Bakery that are always delicious. Get the cream, I think it's the cream puffs with the chocolate on top. And you have the chocolate tops. They're fantastic. And then the NS cookies are really good. Get a few cannolis here and there. Some of my grandparents had their wedding cake made, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah, now that I think about it.
I love cannolis. Cannolis are probably my favorite Italian dessert.
Yeah, hands down.
Well, eclairs are French.
It doesn't matter. Eclairs are delicious,
Those are fantastic. Not a huge tiramisu guy.
Really?
Not a huge fan.
Not a coffee guy?
Mm-mm. Every time I hear tiramisu, I think of the episode of The Office where Michael gets the tiramisu out of the trash that Pam threw away, and he starts calling David Wallace, and he's like, I don't know what he was complaining about, but he starts like choking on it. Oh, David, I ate this tiramisu from the trash.
Yeah, that's right. I think another hidden vacation spot for me would be Gatlinburg.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's in the state, but I think you have to know what you're doing in Gatlinburg to make it a true hidden vacation spot. Like I went ziplining once.
Oh, yeah.
Did not know they had ziplining in Gatlinburg.
Have you ever done they do like the trams across the mountains?
I have seen those.
And you go like bear watching.
No.
Like there's black bears that'll just run out in front of you. I'd be scared doing that.
Did you hear Robbie and Retro this morning? Apparently there's a big black bear story going on right now. The number one I think to do about it is don't go after a black bear if you see one. Okay. If there's like a black bear site, obviously. So they're just stating the fact, which I feel like if people are out there really going after a black bear, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Like if it's going to hurt you, run away.
I'll give you another one. You probably have a hard time getting out there, but we went there when I was in high school for our football training camp. Out in Chattanooga, there's this religious camp called Camp Agape.
Oh, I've heard of Camp Agape.
Yes, you have. And it's beautiful. They've got the lake out there. You can go fishing. They've got all sorts of they got disc golf around the entire camp. There's no cell service out there. So you kind of are just one with your thoughts, one with nature. I think that was the whole point that Coach Geist was trying to push out there, but that place is beautiful. 615-737-1025 is the phone number as we have our question of the day today here on the Chasing Big Joe show. What is the best hidden vacation spot? We'll get to some of your answers coming up next. We got a fun show for you today. We'll talk a little USA as I'm here with Dr. Crane, and of course it's match day. Big news coming from there yesterday, and a very controversial decision at that, at least if you're not an American. We'll discuss that. The MLB All-Star rosters have been released. I watched that whole show as I was getting ready for Cardinals-Cubs, and then, of course, that game didn't start till, like 8:30 on Fox because of the fog and the rain.
That game was crazy. Even Mason Wynn was like, we can't see the baseball.
Yeah.
And they're like in the fourth or fifth inning. I'm like, that is crazy they allowed that to go on.
Yeah. But I'm not complaining because I saw the result.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Suck it, Parker Kelly. Anyways, we'll discuss some Titans today, and then I'm excited about this. At 1:15, Nick Frazier and I spent a while doing this, actually. We have comprised individually our 16-team SEC predictions. That's records for all 16 teams. We'll do that at 1:15. But coming up next, we'll get to some of your answers on the question of the day, plus USA and Belgium tonight. We'll discuss that coming up next. Again, we are live here from John Daly's. FSU alumni and Arkansas have every game here, home and away during the football season. Happy hour is 4 to 7 p.m. every day, $3 domestic beers as well as $3 well cocktails and $5 green tea, Fireball white teas, and apple shots. Lots of deals to go around here. We'll discuss U.S. soccer coming up next right here on the Chasing Big Joe show here on 102.5 The Game. It's in fact Monday Night Football, just not the kind of football you were expecting. Not real football. We'll call it MNS.
Love it.
Monday Night Soccer, which sounds like a something you would get prescribed for if you're a female. Anyways, welcome back in. Jason Big Joe here on this Monday. Connor, Nute and Nick Frazier here with you. We are broadcasting from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service, or at least Christian Skelton is the producer of said program today. We are live here at John Daly's, where, of course, they are wanting you all to know that Florida State and Arkansas football games this season, both home and away, will be broadcasted right here in association with the Seminole Alumni Association, if I'm not mistaken.
And to be fair, the drink specials, I mean, happy hour 4 to 7 p.m. every day. I could do that. Every day of the week, I could do that. $3 domestic beers, $3 well cocktails, $5 green tea fireballs, white tea, and apple shots.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you kidding me? This is the place to be in Midtown.
Mm-hmm.
John Daly's.
We do have a little bit of breaking news
Yes.
in the world of soccer. But before we do that, let's get to some of your answers on our question of the day. We asked you, what is the best hidden vacation spot as we are in the summer days? And a lot of people are going out of town for a little while, get a good little getaway. Phil on our text line, 615-737-1025, says Provel.
Provel. The cheese I was referring to earlier. Provel cheese. So
I thought that was a place. Sorry.
No, it's okay. They make it in Wisconsin, but there is a company that only distributes it to St. Louis, Missouri. Okay. So there's only one place that I know of that I can purchase this cheese. So said cheese, $5 loaf or a 5-pound loaf is $50. So this is gold cheese, basically. Yeah. It is gold in a cheese form. So there's that. Shout out to Phil. Thanks, buddy.
I believe I can say this name on the air. Fat Hog.
Yes, in Murfreesboro.
Says for a close trip, Lake Nantahala in North Carolina. I love it. No cell service, and they have cabins on the lake. Beautiful. I think that's kind of the general agreement here is you want someplace on the water. You want someplace kind of further away, but, you know, you're not dealing with society. You're not dealing with social media. You're not dealing with the phone stuff. So I agree with it.
Looking at the pictures online, it is beautiful when it's not overcast, but when it is overcast, I'll be honest with you, Fat Hog, it looks like Loch Ness Monster-esque stuff.
Are we going Nessie hunting?
I mean, that's kind of what it feels like. It's 4 hours and 20-minute drive from Nashville. I mean, look, if you're trying to get away, this could be the place for sure. I mean, it's located 3,000 feet in Nantahala National Forest. Okay, I could get on board with this. I could.
Let's see, 4312. My house parked right in front of my AC with a cold beer to really rub it into France. All right. I mean, if you want to take shots at France, go for it, man.
Hey, look, France is a good ball team. What am I talking about? They're a good soccer team. I'm getting baseball reference.
They're a good ball club.
Good ball club. No, they're a really good soccer team. I just think you look at them defensively, and I mentioned this with Robbie and Joe this morning, is that, like, I don't think they're one of the most fundamentally sound teams, but when it comes to a team that's fundamentally sound, it's Spain. Spain and Portugal play today at 2. That's another match or game that U.S. fans will be watching pretty closely. Because if I'm a U.S. fan, which we all are, we're red-blooded Americans.
Hell yeah, we are.
I'd be watching that game and say, please, for the love of God, Portugal, win at some cost at some point. Because if you can play Portugal in the following round after Spain or after they beat Spain, and somehow the U.S. were to beat Belgium, which I do think they have a solid chance of doing so, this could be a match made in heaven. This could be destiny for the U.S. men's national team to make it to the final.
Speaking of Belgium, a little bit of breaking news from that matchup. Obviously, the news yesterday was I can never say his first name right.
Florian Balogun?
Florian. Okay,
right.
I thought I was saying it right, but Adam Vingan keeps correcting me.
You can say Flo Balogun.
Flo Balogun. Sure, we'll go for it. Flo Balogun, his red card has been rescinded by FIFA thanks to President Donald Trump, some of the lawyers that were hired, and you can get into the controversy around that. We're not going to do that today. But long story short, his red card has been revoked by FIFA. He will be eligible to play. Belgium yesterday filed an appeal to FIFA to overturn the situation. FIFA has since, as of about 10 minutes ago, officially rejected Belgium's appeal against the suspension. So it seems the story is over. The game will be played as normal. Flo Balogun will be in action for the U.S. tonight against Belgium in Seattle. What do you make of this whole story? Is it the right decision? Is it the wrong decision? Is it a little bit of both, a little gray area? What do you think of this?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, FIFA as a I guess sort of body of sport for soccer, it's always been corrupt. Even when Sepp Blatter was the president for FIFA, there were the allegations that allegedly he accepted money from the Saudis to have the World Cup over in the Middle East. And I remember there was one time I was watching one of the press conferences, and he was sitting at the high part of the table, and there was some protester that came up and started flowing money and just tossing it everywhere, and they immediately ejected him out of the press conference room. But it's always been corruption with FIFA. But when it comes to this specifically, I could understand why they would rescind the, I guess, suspension for Flo Balogun. But let's also remember this. Cristiano Ronaldo, who plays for Portugal right now, we were talking about this during the break. He received a red card, and it was a 3-match ban going into the World Cup qualifiers for this upcoming World Cup. He then served a 1-match mandatory ban that did not go towards the, I guess, FIFA World Cup for him to play in the group stages. The following 2 matches that he were to be, I guess, quote, air quote, suspended are now being deferred till after the World Cup. Well, he just made the statement last night, this will be my last World Cup. So basically, the 2-match ban is just going to be nothing. It's kind of like if you were to come out of retirement, you got to serve the 2-match ban. That's about it.
So it's the equivalent on a lesser level of college football saying Jim Harbaugh, you cannot come back to college football for 10 years. Well, he's already gone off to the NFL and said he's not coming back to college football. So it's an irrelevant suspension, basically.
It's basically like Diego Pavia going back to the courtroom and saying, hey, I deserve another year of eligibility. That's what FIFA's doing here. They're just giving Flo Balogun the eligibility to play in this knockout round. And I think there's some flaws on both sides, but when you look at it from the FIFA rule book, and stick with me here, Connor, if you can. I mean, to all the listeners, Article 66.4 says a sending off automatically incurs suspension of a subsequent match. The FIFA judicial bodies may impose additional match suspensions and other disciplinary measures. Now, Brandon Bigsby and I had this conversation last Thursday when the whole red card situation happened, and I was kind of on board with. I think they made the right call because FIFA always has the studs up rule. If your stud hits the ankle, if it comes off as malicious, then yeah. But if you look at it in real time, they're both going for the ball at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I get that. But FIFA loves to slow the video down. And when the ankle rolled, that's when I saw the red card.
Okay.
And I don't agree. I didn't really agree with it. But from the viewpoint of the referee, that's how they saw it. So when it comes to that, and then FIFA saying, hey, Article 10.5 with the competitions, relegations, if a player or team is sent off a direct or indirect red card, that, in addition, further sanctions may be imposed, meaning the FIFA judicial system can now get into factor of all of this and rescind those red cards, which is what they did.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because it was Article 27. They rescinded the red card or deferred it or whatever.
I think I understand that, actually.
Okay.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
To me, it was like trying to rewrite a wrong.
Yes.
In a sense. I do agree that the red card call was egregious because it wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional.
Yes.
It was an accident. And I think there are worse calls. Like last night's game, the red card that was dished out to England, that is a textbook red card.
Yes.
That was malicious. That was intentful. Flo Balogun's was not. And I think FIFA, righting the wrongs of this and saying we were wrong and we know our rule book says otherwise, but let's have a little bit of morality here. I think that's the right call. Obviously, we could get into the whole controversy of President Trump getting involved, which to me, I don't think that played as much of a factor as everyone is making it out to be. But I understand other countries just wanting to hate America more because of this.
Yeah. Just
because, you're jealous of the American dream. Oh, they get to host the World Cup. We got to come all the way here, blah, blah, blah. I understand it. But to me, I mean, if you're an American, how could you not be excited about this?
Exactly.
Your best player is back in action with no consequence. And it's not because you immorally rigged the system. FIFA did that themselves. So I think this is something to be excited about, not something to complain about.
And the thing I have an issue with for soccer purists and fans, along with the average Joe American fan, is the UEFA basically body put out a statement this morning about how that, Belgium, this is their case for Flo Balogun not to play, yada, yada, yada. Where was that when Cristiano Ronaldo got his red card? Why did you guys not put out a statement when Ronaldo was to, get his red card? Why was there no statement then?
Mhm.
That's what bothers me. If it call a spade, have something go both ways. Don't just have it be a one-way street. That's how I look at it.
Let's see. 8114 says intent does not matter for red cards. I would argue it does. To me, a red card is the equivalent of a flagrant foul.
Yes.
You have to see if there's intent behind it. A lot of times, especially when you're watching SEC basketball, because it seems like there's a flagrant foul every single game because these refs are terrible. But a lot of times they'll look at the video review to see if there was a non-basketball action being taken place. And what does that mean? That means it's intentional. So it's the same thing for unsportsmanlike conduct in football. You know, it could just be a hard hit, but you're looking for that dip of the head or targeting. You're looking for that dip of the head. You're looking for the intent. So I would disagree. Look, I'm not the soccer expert here. He's sitting to my left.
Well, I'll read you the rule real quick. The abbreviated version of it, it says for a player that goes into a tackle or challenge from the front side or from the side or from behind using both legs or one with excessive force or endangered to safety of the opponent is guilty of a serious foul play. Again, you slow it down, it does look serious. To the intent,
everything looks worse in slow motion.
Exactly.
Everything.
Which, again, that's not what VAR was set out to be when they first brought it into soccer.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm a little frustrated with soccer is like you look at the offsides line, they're now bringing in that technology. Like, I get it. It's cool. But when there is a toe fraction that is offsides, let's let that slide.
Yeah. There was a guy the other day who got called offsides because one part of his kneecap was offsides.
Yeah.
I was like, are we really like...
We're really coming down to centimeters.
If I'm a nose hair offsides, are you going to call me for it? Like, come on, man.
Guess trim the nose hairs at halftime.
Yeah, get the clippers out. 615-737-1025 is the phone number. Again, we are live here at John Daly's. Lots of things to be excited about. You've got, they've announced today that Florida State and Arkansas home games and away games will be broadcasted here during the football season. Also some deal drinks that I'll read to you to start off the next segment. But coming up next, now that Flo Balogun is back, and we'll put all the controversy surrounding that aside, he's playing tonight. Now that he's playing tonight, how much better of a chance does the United States have against beating Belgium? We'll discuss that coming up next. Let me do this read real quick. The Bruschetta Bourbon Music City Grand Prix is coming to Nashville Super Speedway Saturday, July 18th and Sunday, July 19th. And 102.5 The Game has your chance to win tickets to the IndyCar race. Text in the keyword race. That's RACE now to 615-737-1025 to enter to win tickets. For more information on the event, visit musiccitygrandprix.com. We'll discuss the United States and Belgium coming up next right here on the Chase and Big Joe Show on 102.5 The Game. Welcome back in. Chasing Big Joe here on 102.5 The Game. Nute and Nick Frazier here with you, live from John Daly's, the bar literally on Broadway. It was kind of hit me today when I was driving here. Turning left on Broadway, and I was like, oh, wow, we're really getting the Nashville experience today, aren't we?
Yeah, down here in Midtown, man. John Daly's, best place on planet Earth.
John Daly's happy hour, 4 to 7 p.m. every single day. $3 domestic beers, $3 well cocktails, and $5 green tea, Fireball white teas, and apple shots. Can't beat that.
No, not at all, especially with the Portugal-Spain game going to be played today at 2 and then followed by U.S. and Belgium at 7. I mean, does it get any better?
Right now, we got the try box of Channel 4 News, Hot Bench, and East Carolina Tulane football from like October. So
I love it.
You can't beat that in the summertime. But tonight, you can beat that. The U.S. men's national team taking on Belgium. And obviously, we've gotten into the controversy surrounding the Flo Balogun rescindance of his red card. And Richie from White House on our text line says Messi had a much more intentional foul during the group stage that was similar and didn't even get a red card. Balogun was not intentional. It was him and the defender going for a ball that unfortunately someone had to take the hard hit. Agree.
That's fair. Here's my thing to that. And again, this is where the corruption comes into play for FIFA. There is a little bit of favoritism for these big superstar players because guess what?
Sure.
TV money.
It's in every sport.
Yeah. These prices for tickets to go to these games are $3,500 minimum in some cases. They're there to see Messi and Ronaldo and all the marquee players in world soccer. They're not there to see Lautaro Martinez. They're not there to see, I know he's not on the team, but Angel Di Maria. They're not there to see the role players. They're to see the main event caliber players. And so in that case, yes, to the texture's point, Messi did have a studs up tackle on the back leg of the Saudi Arabian midfielder, that is. But in that play, Messi immediately took his foot off of his leg. Again, that does not make the acceptance to the rule that he did something wrong. But the way he handled his body language, it convinced the referee not to give it. It wasn't even given a foul in some cases. It was just a stoppage in play, which I thought was interesting. But the texture makes a good point. But again, that goes back to the corruption that's involved with FIFA.
I wonder if FIFA looked at this and said, we're playing these games on American soil, meaning we're going to get a lot of the American. I mean, you've seen the ratings.
Yeah.
Last game was up there with a primetime NFL game.
Playoff primetime.
Yeah, I think it was compared to like the NFC Championship or something like
24.7 million, and then it peaked at 31.8 million.
Tonight we'll beat that.
Yeah, I do think. And Joe's been saying it. Joe Dubin, that is, since the beginning of this entire World Cup. If the U.S. goes to the World Cup final, this might be the most watched soccer game or most watched sporting event ever
in this country.
Yeah,
100%. I mean, it would probably compete with a Super Bowl back in the day or something, or maybe recently. But I think Americans, especially like people like me, who don't necessarily care about soccer on a daily basis, but are kind of falling in love with, World Cup soccer and the sport as a whole.
Right.
Those are the people you're going to get the eye from. The soccer the soccer tryhards are always going to be there. The soccer savants, as I like to call them, they're always going to be watching. I mean, you're probably one of the people. I think it's like 5,000 people in the entire world have watched every single World Cup match start to finish. You're probably one of those people. But I wonder if FIFA looked at this and said, we're on American soil. We're going to get a lot of the American eye, and we're probably going to lose a little bit of the American eye if their best player isn't playing.
Yeah, and it's 2 days after the 4th of July as well, which does not look well on the consumer's eye.
The U.S. should have played on Saturday. That is a complete disservice to this country.
Yeah, I agree.
I understand the whole model of it and stuff like that, but the U.S. playing on the 4th of July in prime time in like Seattle or Philadelphia or something like that, oh my goodness. Can you imagine that crowd?
I would have loved to see it in Philadelphia because the All-Star game is in Philly. Like the Home Run Derby's in Philly. There's a lot of stuff going on in Philly. Why not put it in a very populated sports town?
That's where the country was founded.
That's true.
That's where it started back in 1776. And for that, we are thankful. But anyways, let's see. Jeff on our text line says, regardless if America does happen to advance, deserved or not, the decision of the U.S. administration getting involved or the appearance of getting involved will, in the eyes of the rest of the world, taint any American win. I think it depends on where you go.
Well, to Jeff's point there, regardless of of the U.S. men's national team, regardless of soccer in the United States and how we're recognized globally, everybody already looks at us as the black sheep of the family. Nobody respects soccer in the United States when it comes to
And
that.
nobody likes that the Americans are starting to accept soccer.
And look, see what happens when you hire a competent coach in Mauricio Pochettino. And I'm not saying all the previous ones were not competent. I'm just saying that is what they hired. Alexia Lawless said it best on the broadcast yesterday. The U.S. men's national team and the U.S. Soccer Federation hired Mauricio Pochettino for this reason.
Mm-hmm.
So when they get to the round of 16 and the round of 8, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, they hired Mauricio Pochettino for that reason because they know he is a proven winner. He can do it at the highest level. And who knows the world's game at its best? Mauricio Pochettino.
What do you expect tonight, U.S. and Belgium? I think that Balogun being back in the fold boosts their chances significantly.
100%. This will be the toughest matchup for Flo Balogun as a number 9 for the U.S. men's national team because of how difficult the goalkeeper is on the Belgian side, and that's Thibaut Courtois.
And he's going to be matched up with Kevin De Bruyne, if I'm not mistaken.
That is right.
Who's the striker on that side? Look at
Midfield. Yeah. Romelu Lukaku is the striker for Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is an interesting combination of Belgian players. And I had this conversation with my uncle over the weekend. I just look at Belgium as that misfit country. Like some of them speak Dutch, some of them speak French. And there's just a lot of different, languages around it. And again, Belgium's held on to this core group for quite some time now, 2-3 World Cups, and they're coming to their wits' end with them. These guys will eventually be phased out. It's a matter of getting that next youth group of, core group for the Belgians to kind of go forward. And I keep harping back on to Italy when it comes to this. The rest of the world is starting to catch up to what Italy's been struggling with. It's the last 3 World Cups. The foundation, the youth movement has not been there fully. So now all these nations are starting to struggle with that. Brazil, they always produce really good talents, but this is the first time in a while they have not been past, the round that they just previously lost to Norway. So that just makes you think, oh my goodness.
I caught myself doing the row with Norway yesterday.
Who didn't?
I did.
Right.
Except I saw that one guy who went too early, and all I could think was offsides, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down. Anyway.
It's just great. It's great to see that North America, especially in the United States, people are enjoying watching the World Cup. And again, back to the Texas point, like I said, everybody looks at the U.S. as the black sheep of the family. And if that's the case, come and enjoy the World Cup. But when the World Cup's over with, and if they do win, I don't care if you think it's a tainted World Cup. The U.S. won it. And
I'm fine being the villain.
Yeah.
I'm fine being the villain.
Let's be the heel.
That's fine, because we're already the heel.
Yes.
Look at it. The rest of the world hates that America is starting to be good at soccer, because this is the world's game, not America's game. And they look at America and say, well, they care about their football and their baseball and their basketball. We have this, and we're always going to be better at it than them. And obviously, America's starting to prove people wrong.
It's like the gold medal game between U.S. and Canada for the Olympics in hockey. Everybody counted the U.S. out. Jack Hughes out here wins gold for the U.S. Guess what? Now we're looked at as the hockey capital of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about that.
Mm-hmm.
Year 250, let's win it all.
Yeah. I can't disagree with you there. 615-737-1025 is the phone number. Coming up next, another significant American sport event happened this weekend. The MLB All-Star rosters have been released. We'll take a look at those and decide who was snubbed from those rosters. Again, 615-737-1025 is the phone number. Connor, Nute, Nick Frazier here with you on the Chase and Big Joe Show here on 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe here on 102.5 The Game. Connor, Nute, Nick Frazier here with you. Later today, we'll talk Titans offseason. The football offseason coverage on 102.5 The Game is presented by Tennessee Brew Works and Parman Tractor Equipment. Parman Tractor and Equipment, providing totally outrageous customer service. Visit parmantractor.com. And also Tennessee Brew Works. Raise a glass with Tennessee Brew Works. Locally brewed, community-driven, finely tuned craft beer for finely tuned fans. So obviously we've talked a lot of the soccer today, and it's match day for the U.S., and we've celebrated 250, and we're still celebrating 250. I'm still eating the leftovers from, the grill out and the hamburger and the apple pie and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
There was another significant American sporting event that happened this weekend, and that's the MLB All-Star rosters were announced. I'm not going to list them all for you because that'll take us forever, but let's just say I think there's some notable snubs on here. One that comes to mind for me, local product, Sonny Gray.
Yes.
Not on the roster. I mean, he's got 9-1? Let's see.
10-1.
10-1, got a 2.69 ERA. And I know Boston's not great. They're 10 under 500 right now, but he's having a quiet Cy Young year. And him being snubbed from the roster doesn't make sense for me. The other one on the NL side to me, and this isn't a guy that has traditionally been an all-star caliber player, but if you look at the individual numbers for him this year, he's having a career year. Brandon Lowe over on the Pittsburgh Pirates. I mean, those are the two that I was kind of disappointed were snubbed. And, of course, J.J. Weatherhold I feel like should be on there as well, but at least Jordan Walker's a reserve.
Very true.
Those are the two that I think being snubbed is kind of an outrage.
Yeah, I mean, looking at some of the outfield selections, like prime example, let's see here, Brandon Marsh for the National League. Is there any other outfielder better than Brandon Marsh that's currently playing at a top tier level? Now, I get Philadelphia started off pretty slow on the year. They fired their manager, then Don Mattingly took over. Now they're only 2-3 games out from top spot behind Atlanta. But come on, Brandon Marsh, at least have I know Bryce Harper's not having a great year. I would have taken Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, I mean, they both made it. They were both reserves.
I know, but as an outfielder.
Yeah. Bryce Harper was the legend pick or whatever. I was like, come on. You're just catering to Philadelphia. Here's what I don't understand, especially for the AL side.
Sure.
They announced the starting lineup, and you've got two out there that aren't going to play.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge isn't going to play, so I understand naming him an all-star, but an all-star starter, he's not going to play. And then Vlad Guerrero, he's not going to play. So why are you naming him an all-star starter? I don't really understand that.
Yeah, are we turning into the NFL where we're just basically getting
the Pro Bowl?
The Pro Bowl, and then if they don't show up at the Pro Bowl, they have an alternate. Is that what we're getting at here?
I hope not.
I mean, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Ernie Clement's been pretty decent for the year. I would have liked to have seen somebody else. Another infielder that kind of got snubbed, in my opinion, Bryce Terang. From here, Nashville Sounds, now to the Milwaukee Brewers, former Gold Glover himself. Guy has 12 homers on the year. Think about that. As an infielder, 12 homers, that's not too shabby. Yeah. I think that's something that should have been looked at. There should have been a little bit more NL Central players in this all-star selection.
Well, there's one in there that I don't quite understand why he's there as a rookie. So cover your ears, Christian Skelton. Sal Stewart.
Yeah.
They're better NL rookies. Weatherholt, I would have taken the kid from Pittsburgh, Connor Griffin.
Yep.
I think they're all having better seasons than Sal Stewart. So I apologize, but that's just how I feel.
I mean, the Rising Stars game, that's what that's kind of for. But again, he's an NL pro, so it doesn't really count.
I'm kind of upset because to me, MLB All-Star is like the last great All-Star game, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like the NBA sucks. No one watches the Pro Bowl. The NHL, I mean, it's fine. I think it'll be okay this year because they're doing that 3-on-3 international tournament, but you're not going to beat the Olympics like you had this past season. You're not going to beat the Four Nations like you had the season before. So I just can't get into the actual All-Star stuff. There's still pageantry to All-Star game in the MLB to me, especially since they've brought some things back. Like they wear their normal uniforms, which makes you feel like the old days again.
Right.
The home run derby's going back to the original format, which is great.
Thank God.
I don't think they play for home field advantage anymore, but still, they still play. Like they act like they want to be there. So that's why it's the last great All-Star game to me. I think by snubbing some of these players that should probably deserve to be out there, you're kind of tainting that just a smidge.
Yeah, and another player that I feel like got snubbed and we're very familiar with him is Michael Wacha. always Mr. Consistent, especially in Kansas City. Yes, he has a 5 wins, 5 loss record, but a 3.31 ERA is not too shabby. I mean, that to me, 84 strikeouts, pretty close to what Sonny Gray has. Sonny Gray has 82 strikeouts. Not trying to compare it almost to the degree here, but I do think a guy like Michael Wacha, who is up there in age as well with Sonny Gray, who's just been Mr. Consistent, I feel like that's what the All-Star selection is for. The guys that have been consistent, along with proving themselves that they're still a good player. Like you're one of the best players on your team. That's what an all-star is. So to me, I just think it's kind of wonky.
4312 makes a good point. It's because all the Dodgers, Phillies, Yankees, and Mets fans are spamming votes.
So
I think that's some of it. But I think a lot of it isn't there like a committee that decides all this, or it's the Players Association,
Baseball Writers Association, if I'm not mistaken. And
you've got biases in there for sure.
To add on to this, when it comes to the salary cap that everybody keeps looming towards when it comes to the end of this season, implementing a salary floor and a salary cap, how do you think that will affect the All-Star game? Because
I think you'll see more diversity across teams. Like it's not going to be, hey, Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, all from the Dodgers are going to be on the All-Star game. Because I think they'll be off on different teams. And it's going to hit, like the Braves, I think, have the highest payroll in the MLB right now.
Sure.
You're going to see more dispersity, I think is the right way to put it. It'll be similar to the NBA back in the 90s where the cap was a lot lower, so you couldn't afford all these superstars unless you're the Bulls and you have homegrown talent like Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, and you trade for Dennis Rodman and stuff like that. I think there will be more dispersity. And I think that's a good thing. Baseball purists, I think, rejoice in that. There is one more snub that I think the NL is missing. Should we sing the song for him? Yeah. There's only one Michael Harris. We're walking along, singing a song, walking in a Harris Wonderland.
Singing at the darts tournaments, too.
Michael Harris.
Yeah.
I still can't. It's so funny that they just randomly picked Michael Harris because that's the one guy they know.
Well, I mean, look.
He's having a good year.
Yeah. He's having a great year. I mean, the fact the Braves are still in first place and the miraculous comeback from the Phillies, it goes to show you that baseball is still its purest form. And look, Michael Harris hitting above 300 for the year. I mean, that's impressive, especially for an outfielder. Mm-hmm. That's who I think probably should have got the start over a guy like Brennan Marsh. But that's
throw him in the center field, or left field.
16 home runs. Come on,
he's having a great year. Baseball's coming home with Michael Harris.
51 RBIs, 91 hits. This guy, I can go on and on. But yeah, that's what baseball needs. Need guys like that bring in the energy, that bring in the global, eyeball. Michael Harris is the guy.
This is a weird text. JC in Goodlettsville says this Cardinal and ex-Cardinal nepotism needs to go. I don't see many ex-Cardinals on the All-Star roster.
I think he's talking about snubs, which is Michael Wacha and Sonny Gray.
Oh, yeah. Ex-Cardinal.
But Sonny Gray was only a Cardinal for like 2 seasons. Wacha was a Cardinal for a lot longer than that, excuse me.
I mean, Vlad Guerrero's dad was a Cardinal.
Yeah.
Randy Arozarena was in the system.
Yes. I mean, it's going to happen. When you're one of the best franchises in all of baseball, you're going to have people that come through the Cardinals ranks. So, I mean, it is what it is. Can't help it. Help it.
It's not our fault. It's Michael Harris's fault because baseball's coming home with Michael Harris. 615-737-1025. Coming up next hour, we'll talk a little Titans to start things off. Some outrage sparked online as the NFL releases its top 100. It's voted on by the Players Association, and it's really stupid. Jeffrey Simmons fell at number 83. So I want to ask the question, does that Titans jersey across his chest hold him back from being ranked higher? We'll discuss that coming up next. Nute and Nick Frazier here with you, live from John Daly's here on Broadway on 102.5 The Game. Big Joe here on this Monday, right here on 102.5 The Game. Connor, Nute and Nick Frazier with you. We are live today from Broadway's very own John Daly's Bar, which we want to tell you a reminder about John Daly's Bar. They're going to be broadcasting FSU and Florida State and Arkansas games, every single game this football season, home and away. So if you're an alumni, if you're a fan of both of those teams, come on down. You won't want to miss that. Also, happy hour, 4 to 7 p.m. every day with $3 domestic beers, $3 bulk cocktails, $5 green tea, Fireball white tea, and apple shots.
Yeah.
We are performing live in front of our studio audience of
neon signs, a big old bull, and a bunch of televisions right now.
Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah.
As Jesus is everywhere. And also the ghost of Anakin Skywalker.
That too. You mentioned Arkansas. If you're an Arkansas fan, this is your place to be because
if you're an Arkansas fan, turn the station while I'm on.
Well, yeah, but like Arkansas has something to look forward to with Ryan Silverfield, and we'll get into more of those predictions. You know,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it here in about 30 minutes.
Yeah,
you get to my SEC predictions.
Oh, I get you. Yeah. I just think there's something to be excited about if you're an Arkansas fan.
Quickly before we go into football and talk about Jeffrey Simmons,
sure.
What do you think of Thierry Henry as a broadcaster?
Thierry Henry?
Yeah.
I love him.
I hate him.
Well,
I hate him.
I saw your text about him being monotone and all that. The issue I have is that that's not his normal, like, group that he's with. Like, Rebecca Lowe is normally with NBC for Premier League coverage.
Yeah.
And then Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
She does a good job.
Yes.
I like her.
She has a really good job of, like, hosting. Zlatan does not.
I don't like him either.
Yeah. This is his first time doing actual television work. He's done a few things as like a guest on Sky Sports, CBS Sports Network on Paramount. So Paramount Plus has the TV rights to Serie A, which is Italian league, and that's where you normally see Zlatan because he's also a sporting director at AC Milan.
You know who Zlatan reminds me of?
Who's that?
You've seen Ted Lasso, right? You remember when Roy Kent signed the Premier League deal, and he's a broadcaster. That's what he reminds. Like, he has no idea what he's talking about. He's just sitting up there getting really nervous. That's what Zlatan reminds me of.
Yeah, Zlatan's just really good at him and Thierry Henry both are really good at breaking down the game. They just like analyzing it. They just don't know how to, I don't know, share their true personality. Like, Zlatan's just very like direct. Like, I am Zlatan. I do this.
Thierry
I do
Henry
that.
is yeah, that was a very good goal from a very good striker. I'm really excited to watch this next game. It's like Bill Belichick broadcasting soccer.
Yeah, I will say for Champions League coverage, I highly recommend tuning into CBS for Thierry Henry because he's with a lot of others. Michael
Walker.
No, my goodness. Why am I drawing a blank? I see their faces.
Michael Harris.
No, hang on. Champions League.
Michael W. Smith.
Panel.
Michael K. Gilchrist.
Let's see here. It's Thierry Henry,
Bublé.
Jamie Carragher. That's who it is. Michael Richards, and then obviously Kate Abdo. Well, now her last name is different, but she got married. But it is what it is.
I like me some Jenny Taft.
Kate Scott, I think that's what it is.
Kate Scott, as in the Kate Scott?
No.
Like on Madden?
No.
Touchdown Vikings!
No, her
That's
name
what she
is
sounds
Kate
like.
Abdo, but she got married to a guy, and his last name is Scott, so she goes by Kate Scott.
The Kate Scott on Madden is horrible. And there's a deep yard pass. Well, it sounds like I'm listening to Nickelodeon.
Or it sounds like you're listening to an arcade game, kind of, right?
No, it's worse.
Oh,
it's like if you play Madden, you know. But speaking of football,
yes,
let's talk about American football. Jeffrey Simmons, this past weekend, I believe it was Friday, this came out. The NFL is doing its NFL 100 best players. It's voted on by the Players Association. And it's complete horse, you know what.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeffrey Simmons was ranked number 83, despite being a consideration for Defensive Player of the Year last year. So I want to ask the question, and I don't really get into the whole, brand bias thing, but I think it applies here. If Jeffrey Simmons was wearing a Cowboys jersey or a Chiefs jersey or something like that, a big market team that people has a nationwide following, would he be rated higher? And would he probably be considered like the best defensive player in the AFC if he was wearing one of those jerseys? I know the Cowboys are in the NFC, but
Chiefs.
Yeah. Bills, Ravens, a team like that.
Yes, 100%. And again, this has been the narrative in Nashville for the longest time since we've both been kids all the way growing up in this market. The Titans have always been the little brother to the conversation in the NFL. Even when they were on Monday night, I remember Tony Kornheiser used to do, Monday night countdown a little bit, and he'd always pick against the Titans. It was always against the Titans.
It was always Tony Kornheiser.
And then now you have, a new panel, and you got a bunch of former SEC network members as well, and you have Mina Kimes, and they all kind of lean towards the opposite. They don't pick the Titans at all. They always pick the opposing team. So Nashville is a small market town. It always will be to the National Football League. And once this Super Bowl gets here, I think the Titans will earn a little bit more respect. But no, I think if Jeffrey Simmons is playing on the Kansas City Chiefs, he's in the top 30. Easy.
I agree. I think brand bias plays a factor into this. Even if you want to put him in the NFC, I know Myles Garrett is out there now, but if he was a Cowboy or an Eagle or a Giant or who else is out there? A Ram.
Yep.
I think he would have a lot more love. I think he's a top 30 player in the NFL. I think he is the best interior defensive lineman in the entire NFL. He's not the best defensive player. I think that belongs to Myles Garrett. But in terms of defensive tackles, I think he is number one.
The biggest thing I have an issue with when it comes to this top 100 list, we all know the NFL is a quarterback-driven league.
Oh, yeah.
We know that. And we know that, with it being a quarterback-driven league, your top 15 is going to be all quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So this doesn't help out the case for a guy that's a defensive tackle like Jeffrey Simmons, who's the best at his position, and putting him at 83. That just makes no sense at all.
I mean, who will be number one? Yeah, Matt Stafford, because he's the reigning MVP. I bet Patrick Mahomes will be up there.
I think top five,
even though he got injured.
Yep.
I would bet you that Drake May will be around there. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, even though he was hurt half the year, they'll all be there. Yeah. So it's a very biased list because you ask the players to vote on, and I'm certainly sure the Philadelphia Eagles are looking at this and say, hey, Saquon's on our team. Let's just vote for him. Everyone on our roster. So I'm certainly sure that has something to do with it. But if Jeffrey Simmons was in that situation, he was a Chief or he was a Cowboy or he was a Packer or a Steeler or something like that, one of these big following teams that have just a national fan base, I'm sure he would be top 30 because brand bias.
Yeah, on the text line, definitely agrees with you. 9339 says most definitely Jeffrey Simmons is a top 30 to 50 player from last season, but playing on a 3-win football team, he's not going to be ranked very high at all.
I agree with that to a certain extent, unless you're an outlier like Myles Garrett, who's playing on the Browns and still going to be ranked top 10 because he broke the sack record.
And now he's with the Rams, which he'll probably be ranked higher.
Oh, yeah. Especially if they win the Super Bowl with him. I mean, I would – contrary to the upset pick made by Colin Kadoof that the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. Mark it down. They're going to shock the world, even though they're the betting favorites.
Yeah.
I think it will be hard for me to pick against the Rams in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, the Rams,
they're loaded.
The Rams on paper, they're definitely going for it. So it just makes you wonder. And again, it goes back to that first-round pick. Why would you not go grab a guy like Mekhi Lemon when he's there on the list for you, and you go and grab Ty Simpson?
Because they're trying to set up for their future, and I understand that. But at the same time, you've got a window so wide open right now. Why don't you just get someone to help you now?
And they do a good job of trading away picks and doing well in the later rounds. We've seen that with the Rams.
Yeah, you know what their motto with picks is? F them.
Yeah. Who cares about the picks? So go and grab proven talent for a backup quarterback. It's simple as that. Or you just wait till next year's draft to go grab a quarterback in the 3rd or 4th round.
I mean, I think Ty Simpson will be a good quarterback in this league, especially if he's, sitting and learning under Matthew Stafford, learning under Sean McVay. I think he'll be a good quarterback, but I understand, but I agree with you too. Mekhi Lemon is sitting right there, and you could argue that he might be the best receiver in this draft. No shade to Carnell Tate, who I hope is the best receiver in this draft, but all I'm saying is if Jeffrey Simmons was in a jersey like that, I think he would be ranked higher. But keep underestimating him. Keep telling him he's not going to do it. Because if I know Jeffrey Simmons the way that I think I know Jeffrey Simmons, not as a person, but as a player, he's willing to do everything and anything to transform himself to become the best. I mean, look at last season. Lost all that weight, transformed his body, had a career year. So I expect him to do the same thing this year. Not transform his body, but I expect him to take it to the next level this year.
Even this year, he looked defined, chiseled physically. That to me is just saying he's invested in this team, and he's even said it from day one that he wants to be here for his entire career. Like
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
that shows buy-in, regardless of whoever's the head coach or general manager or in the whatever part of the front office. He's invested in this franchise because they took a chance on him. And to this point, I brought it up with Joe last week. Is I don't understand why when he was drafted that year and they just basically throughout, I wouldn't say a hit piece, but like his whole situation when he was at the bar his freshman year at Mississippi State and he actually hit that person, like there was no reason for that to resurface.
Yeah.
Like he made a statement at Mississippi State, not once, but twice about it. And now you resurface it for his draft night. That made no sense to me.
But
Which
you know,
again,
I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, it helped out.
It probably tanked his draft stock a little bit and allowed for this talent to come to Tennessee.
And he was dealing with that knee injury coming off of his
That's
senior
it.
year as well. So yeah, a little bit of both.
But he's been in a prove it wrong mode ever since he got here. So I won't put it past him to do it again. 615-737-1025 is the phone number. Our phone and text lines driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com if you want to get involved in the conversation. We are live here from John Daly's right on Broadway. Lots of deals, lots of fun. Soccer starting here soon. I believe it starts at 2, which, by the way, I have to depart here at 2 to go do my job and produce DVD. But Big Joe will be here, I believe. So he'll take you through the rest of the hour. Plus, no John McClain today, but you got BJ Callaghan coming on. You got a lot happening today. But coming up next, I want to talk a little bit more about the Tennessee Titans and that defense. We have already talked about Jeffrey Simmons and how he's capable of stepping it up to the next level. Mm-hmm. If he does that, what does that mean for the defense around him? We'll discuss that coming up next. It's the Chasing Big Joe Show, brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel right here on 102.5 The Game. The song of the enemy. We do not endorse this. Welcome back in, Chase and Big Joe here on 102.5 The Game. Connor, Nute and Nick Frazier here with you on this beautiful Monday. We are live down at John Daly's happy hour from 4 to 7 p.m. So come on down. Soccer is about to get underway here in about 40 minutes or so.
They just turn the dancing lights on. Get your square-toed boots out, Connor.
We're going to start square dancing.
Start square dancing, line dancing. It'll be a lot of fun.
I've been eyeing this bowl for about an hour and a half, and I just want to get on it.
Oh man, that is hilarious.
I mean, what a specimen this thing is.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. In August, when the PBR comes to town, man, you're gonna love it.
Oh man, us and Mr. Justin McBride,
yes,
hanging out in the presidential suite.
It'll be a lot of fun.
I hope the president shows up. That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
I love bulls.
That would be pretty cool.
Anyways, speaking of specimen, we're talking about Jeffrey Simmons.
Yes,
and his approach to the offseason. Obviously, he was named number 83 best player in the NFL, which we all know, to use the bull sitting in front of me, is the stuff that comes out of him. Anyways, let's say he does take things to the next level, and he steps up from last season. How does that defense around him improve? And if they do, how much of a threat can they be this season for the entire NFL, honestly?
Well, I think now that they are, almost done with their 40-day, stoppage because of that little down period, you wonder how much Cordell.
We're thankful.
Yes, you wonder how much Cordell Flott has recovered from his little small nagging injury, I guess is the best way to put it. When it came to minicamp and so forth, you wonder just those small injuries, if those all heal fine. You go into camp and you think, yeah, if all these players you sign in the offseason kind of come and do what they're supposed to do, like Alontae Taylor, Cordell Flott. The thing that I'm most fascinated by is the interior defensive line and the edge rushers that surround Jeffrey Simmons, and that's John Franklin Myers. You add Jermaine Johnson, and even I'm real high on Jackie Marshall. I don't know where you are on that. I think Jackie Marshall having almost the same stature as in on paper, 6'4", 200 plus in change, for what very similar to Jeffrey Simmons, I think is a good compliment to him. Because when you look back at last season with Tavondre Sweat, that was the big issue for me. He was so big, somewhat out of shape, he couldn't seem to really get going. And I think, yes, you have some double teams that kind of opened up a little bit for Jeffrey Simmons, but when you can get a versatile defensive tackle that can kind of open up more space for a guy like Jeffrey Simmons to have a big year, that's what you need.
See, the way you feel about Jackie Marshall is the way I feel about Keldrick Folk. I think he's versatile. I think he can stop the run. I think he can get to the quarterback. He's not going to get you 15 sacks on a yearly basis, but I think he can get you in that 6-7 range. And some 12-year-old is probably thinking I'm the funniest human alive right now. But anyways, I think he's capable of doing that. And I think in drafting him, Robert Saleh saw something.
Yes.
And we know how much of a defensive guru Robert Saleh is. So if he trusts the development of Keldrick Folk, then I trust it. I have no reason not to at this point because I haven't seen him coach a game yet. And look, I expect that Robert Saleh will be a better coach than Brian Callaghan. I expect that you would be a better coach than Brian Callaghan, to be honest with you. But the way I think this defense is going to play this season is the way that the coaching takes it. And I think if they are truly on this fast and violent path that they preach, if they are truly on the all gas, no brakes, then I expect to see that. And if I see that, then I think they're going to be a threat to a lot of teams in the NFL. It's just a matter of, are you getting the best out of the guys on your roster? And I think Jeffrey Simmons is the start of that. If you're getting the best out of him, that'll trickle down. That'll trickle into your locker room. Guys will be seeing, hey, our leader in Big Jeff is playing his ass off right now. He's doing that. We should be doing that too. And coach is preaching that same thing. So I think it's all about mentality. If you can get that mentality going and get results from it, then the sky's the limit for this defense.
Yeah, and I think now with the proper depth of the interior defensive line, you have guys like Solomon Thomas, who in this case has been with a guy like Robert Saleh before, knows his system really well. That only can help, like you're alluding to, with Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah, I think depth is a huge part of this because you have depth. Corner, you could use a little bit more there, but especially on the defensive line, you have depth. You mentioned Jackie Marshall. You have Solomon Thomas. You have Jalen Harrell off the edge. You have, if you want to go into the inside linebacker, you've got Cody Barton. You've got Anthony Hill. You've got Cedric Gray. So there's a lot of depth around this offense or this defense.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to play a heavy factor into their success is, are you getting results from all levels? Obviously, you want your top guys to succeed, but are you getting success from the guys under them?
Right.
So if the guys at the top get tired or injured or come off the field for whatever reason, are you getting that same level of production from the secondaries? That's important.
It is very important. And when it comes to the pressure to the quarterback, and yes, it was more revolved around Jeffrey Simmons in this conversation, but one player in specific that I will continue to harp on, is it over for a guy like Femi Oladejo? I mean, I really do think these 40 days for him to truly get back on track is monumental for his development under Robert Saleh.
I've told you this before. He's the player I'm very, very curious about because you've got guys at that position that I think can lap him. You've got Jermaine Johnson, who's on a contract year. He's playing for a new deal. You just drafted Keldrick Folk. Jalen Harrell is a guy, again, who's not going to get you 15 sacks, but I think he can make some sort of impact, maybe 3-4 sacks for you if he plays at his best.
Right.
You've got guys at that position that I think are capable of lapping Femi Oladejo. He's got to show us something. He's got to show us, A, he can stay healthy. He's got to show us, B, that he can contribute and not just stand there and look lost, because there were times on that field last year where I saw him and I thought, what is he out there looking at?
Yeah.
Like he would go, I mean, not to the level of who was the one linebacker that we had that he was really good and then he went off to the Cowboys and he's been awful ever since from the Chargers.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Why is that name escaping
I know. It always escapes me. But anyways, there were times where he was like that, where he just shifted the complete opposite direction.
Kenneth Murray.
There we go. Who's, if you watch some of his Cowboys tape,
yeah.
Oh my goodness. My uncle's a massive Cowboys fan, and he sends me that film every once in a while when it happens. And he's like, how'd you get production out of this guy? And I was like, to be honest with you, I have no idea. But he got a contract from you. So
ask the front office.
Maybe the Titans are just the masters of developing other players when they go outside.
I mean, look at Ernest Jones, one of those players they acquired.
I mean,
they traded him Seattle, and look what happens. He's
plenty of examples of that. I mean, A.J. Brown, of course, is the one that will always come to mind. Hi, Jenny Taft. Anyways, overall, I think the coaching takes this defense as far as they want to take it. It's just a matter of, can they buy in? Can they produce the way that they're supposed to produce? And if they do, are the ones under them producing the way that they're supposed to produce?
I'll be also intrigued how Gus Bradley plays a factor into all of this.
Yep.
I think that's another factor because he's more of a mentor to a guy like Robert Saleh as a head coach. And as a head coach that is going to be calling defensive plays, it is a paramount to have a coach like Gus Bradley who has the experience, who knows this defense in and out, especially when you have a solidified depth in the interior defensive line. That, to me, is a huge piece to this puzzle.
615-737-1025 is the phone number if you want to get involved in the conversation. Again, we are live out here right on Broadway at John Daly's. About to open up here. Soccer about to kick off here in about 30 minutes or so between Portugal and Spain. But coming up next, I'm really excited about this because you and I both worked really hard on this. Our full 16-team SEC conference predictions. We're going to get into that coming up next. He's got his list, full rankings. I've got my list, full rankings. We'll do that coming up next right here on the Chasing Big Joe Show. Connor Nute, Nick Frazier here with you on 102.5 The Game. Don't ruin the soundtrack for me. I haven't started playing yet. College Football 27 is out for early access members. I'm waiting on a delivery, so I won't get to play until Thursday, but I'm very excited. Without further ado, welcome back in to the Chasing Big Joe show here on 102.5 The Game. Nute and Nick Frazier here with you, live from John Daly's here on Broadway. Happy hour starts at 4 p.m. They've got all the soccer rolling. All the TVs have come on, even the one behind me. So,
oh, yeah.
There's like an alien on the TV behind me.
Really? Oh, that looks, you know what that looks like, Connor? I think that's the Wii.
That might be the Wii.
Because
that is the Wii.
It looks like Mario Kart is what it looks like.
It is. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's the wheel.
Ah.
We could get some Mario Kart going on.
Blast from the past right there.
Man, I remember Mario Kart on the Wii. But without further ado, we're talking college football. So this is going to be fun.
Yes.
To finish things out before I have to leave and Big Joe takes over and you guys talk more soccer. I have, and he has, our full 16-team SEC predictions. So I guess I'll do the honors. I'll go first. Here we go. In first place. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
In first place, at 8-1 in the conference, is the Texas Longhorns.
Okay.
Loss at LSU.
I could dig that.
In second place, the Georgia Bulldogs at 7-2 with losses at Alabama and at Ole Miss. In third place, the Aggies of Texas A&M, 7-2 in the conference, losses at LSU and at home versus Texas. In fourth place, not much of an improvement from last year for the LSU Tigers under new coach Lane Kiffin. They are 6-3 in the conference, losses at LSU, at Auburn, and at Tennessee.
Wow.
Number 5 in fifth place, the Alabama Crimson Tide at 6-3, losses at Tennessee. So Vols fans rejoice. It will be the third consecutive year, or the third consecutive time at Neyland Stadium that the Vols take down the Crimson Tide, versus A&M at home in Bryant-Denny and at LSU. The sixth place team, the Oklahoma Sooners, at 6-3 in the conference, losses at Georgia versus Texas and versus Texas A&M. In seventh place, the Tennessee Volunteers at 6-3, losses versus Texas at home, at Texas A&M, and at Vanderbilt. Ole Miss at 8th place. They finished 5-4 in the conference. Losses at Florida versus Missouri, at Texas, and at Oklahoma. In ninth place, and I would be thrilled with this season, the Kentucky Wildcats at 4-5 in the conference. Losses versus Bama, at Texas A&M, versus LSU, at Oklahoma, and at Tennessee. All right, Doors fans, here you go. Vanderbilt, 4-5 in the conference. Losses at Auburn, at Georgia, versus Ole Miss, at Kentucky, at Mississippi State, and at home against Alabama. Mississippi State. Here you go, Nick Frazier.
Oh, boy.
3-6 in the conference. Losses at South Carolina versus Alabama, at LSU versus Oklahoma, at Texas, and in the Egg Bowl at Ole Miss.
That
sorry.
hurts a little bit.
And that just might do it for Mr. Jeff Levy as the head coach.
Yeah, I mean, they hired Zach Arnett as the defensive coordinator again. That might be the interim hire once again.
To be fair, I have the Bulldogs at 5-7.
I think I have the same thing. I have 5-7 as well.
Okay.
A little preview to mine as well. But
here's a little surprise for you.
Sure.
Missouri at 3-6 in the conference.
All right.
I have them at 5-7 overall. Losses at Mississippi State versus A&M versus Texas, at Georgia versus Kentucky, and versus Oklahoma.
Wow. We're kind of almost on the same wavelength here.
Are we?
Because I got Missouri finishing like near dead last.
At 13th, I have the Auburn Tigers at 3-6. Losses at Tennessee, at home against Vanderbilt, at Mississippi State, at Georgia, at Ole Miss, and at Bama. So the War Eagle just can't win a road game to save their life, it looks like. In their defense, I mean, they play some tough road games. I would say Mississippi State, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Bama and Tennessee are all tough road environments.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, home stretch here.
Let's hear it.
3 more. Florida at 2-7. They are in 14th place. Losses at Auburn, at Missouri, versus Oklahoma, versus Texas, at Kentucky, versus Georgia, and versus Vandy. 15th, South Carolina at 2-7. And this will probably put a a nail into the coffin of Mr. Shane Beamer. Losses at Alabama versus Kentucky, at Florida, at Oklahoma, versus Tennessee, versus Texas A&M, and versus Georgia. And then here you go. I mentioned don't get too excited about Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
In dead last place at 0-9 in the conference, I have the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Ooh. 0-9. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So you have Missouri over Arkansas.
I do. They are 12th in the conference.
Wow.
So just to repeat, I have Texas, Georgia, which would mean your SEC title game is Texas versus Georgia.
Sure.
Texas A&M, LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, Missouri, Auburn, Florida, South Carolina, and Arkansas to round things out.
Wow. Okay. Well,
your thoughts?
I think it's pretty spot on for the most part. I mean,
this will absolutely not be perfect, but
I respect the 5-7 for Mississippi State. Thank you. I was given the same thing there. Looking at who'd you have at number 8 for the year?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Okay, so we have a little bit of some differing of opinions. I mean, I may have Vanderbilt a little too high. We'll get in that little bit later on.
I could give you overall records for all these teams if that will help you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I've got Texas at 11-1.
Okay.
A&M at 10-2. Georgia at 10-2. LSU at 9-3. Alabama at 9-3. Oklahoma at 8-4. Tennessee at 8-4. Ole Miss at 8-4. Kentucky at 7-5. Vandy at 7-5. Mississippi State 5-7. Missouri 5-7. Auburn 6-6. Florida 5-7. South Carolina 4-8. Arkansas 2-10.
Wow. I don't have a 2-win team on here. The lowest I got is 3-9
for Arkansas
and Missouri.
In Missouri,
yeah.
I don't believe in Missouri. I really don't.
I think that recruiting class kind of dampered down a little bit. And again, I'm sure I can get a lot of flack from Missouri people.
I mean, they lose their quarterback in Bo Prabula. He goes over to Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. It was either Virginia or Virginia. No, Virginia Tech is Gronkemeyer.
Correct.
Bo Prabula went over to Virginia, I think. So
former Penn State recruit as well.
Yes. So yeah, he transferred from Penn State to
right.
Mizzou because Drew Aller beat him out for the job.
That's right.
Yep.
So Tennessee, your thoughts on Tennessee? Why'd you give them the record you gave them?
The quarterback plays a factor into it. I don't trust a true freshman or even a redshirt freshman quarterback.
You think it'll be Faison, Brandon?
I think it'll be Faison.
Okay.
The defense is formidable for Tennessee, but I don't know. This team just doesn't have any standout start, especially with the loss of Chaz Coleman on the defensive end, who I thought was their standout. You can kill the music, by the way, Christian. The standout star on defense was Chaz Coleman, and they lose him. They just don't have that guy that I think elevates them. And maybe it's Chaz Coleman, and maybe, Mike Matthews or someone in the wide receiver room takes a huge step forward. But I don't know. This team just has 8-4 written all over them for me. And I think, their schedule is somewhat favorable. Pretty much every tough team they've got to play, they got to play at home.
Right.
But I don't know. It has the Josh Heupel special of losing to someone he's not supposed to written all over it.
Yeah, when we get to mine in the next segment, I think Vols fans might turn their heads at what I'm about to say, but I barely got them going to a bowl game.
Really?
That's what we're looking at here. Not trying. I love Josh Heupel, the coach that he is, but there's just the lack of the recruiting aspect of all this. I think with the NIL era, Vols fans want to see more. And Joe has even mentioned before, well, if you get rid of them, who else is out there? And if that is the case, then Danny White, open up the pocketbooks a little bit. Go out there and spend that top dollar, and people are going to say, well, they did with Chaz Coleman, it didn't work out. Get somebody else on the offensive side of the ball.
Here comes our resident Louisville fan hating on my Kentucky picks.
Oh, boy.
Vandy ain't losing to Kentucky. They very well could beat them, but I think this is going to be a better Kentucky team. Again, I don't think they're going to be great. I think it'll take a few years for Will Stein to get his recruits in and things like that.
So you have Kentucky beating Vandy?
I do.
Wow.
It's at home.
I'm on the opposite side of that. I think Vandy is going to get the win.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that coming up next as Nick Frazier gives his 16 SEC team record predictions. We'll do that coming up next right here on the Chase and Big Joe Show, live from John Daly's Bar on Broadway here on 102.5 The Game. Welcome back in. Jason Big Joe here on this Monday. Connor, Nute and Nick Frazier here with you. Live from John Daly's on Broadway. Soccer is about to get underway as Portugal takes on Spain. They're about to open up here. Happy hour starts at 4, runs through 7.
Yep.
We are talking college football. And with that, we are giving our full 16-team SEC record predictions. I just gave mine. And to recap, I'll do it for you quickly. I have Texas at 1, Georgia 2, A&M 3, LSU 4, Alabama 5, Oklahoma 6, 7 Tennessee, 8 Ole Miss, 9 Kentucky, 10 Vanderbilt, Mississippi State at 11, Missouri 12, 13 Auburn, 14 Florida, 15 South Carolina, and 16 Arkansas, finishing 0-9 in conference play. But I turn things over now to Mr. Dr. Crane with his 16-team record predictions. Take it away, my friend.
First, let me just state this. There is going to be an undefeated team in the SEC this year.
Texas?
No.
Georgia?
Georgia. I think Georgia is going to be the undefeated team that goes 12-0. Their schedule is just, I don't want to say it's a cakewalk, but it's pretty favorable. I mean, your first 4 games of the season, Western Kentucky, Arkansas at Arkansas. You have Oklahoma at home. Vanderbilt, that's 5 wins. You're playing at Alabama. We'll see if Kalen DeBoer has that, resurgence as a coach for Alabama this season. I think they squeak in there into Tuscaloosa and get the win. Then after that, you have Auburn, and I'm not sure what you're going to get with Golish, to be fair. Then you have the bye week. Coming off the bye week, guess where you're playing? In Atlanta, and that's Florida. I think it's at Mercedes-Benz, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
It's neutral site, air quotes.
Yeah, it
so
shouldn't be, but it is.
It makes no sense because that's, one of the more iconic rivalries. Then you go and you're at Ole Miss. I think by the end of the season, when you're catching a stride of having 8 games, 9 games under your belt, you're able to get that win. Then you have, again, we talked about it last segment, Missouri, South Carolina, not the strongest teams of the SEC bunch. And to wrap up the season, you have Georgia Tech in the regular season. So, as always, the rivalry weekend. I just see it being a favorable 12-0 schedule for them.
I'll tell you, when that crowd in Athens is going to eat a team alive is when Vandy runs to town.
Yeah.
They are going to eat Jared Curtis alive because of his decision to flip. And I'm not saying they're going to win that game. Actually, I am, because I have them winning that game.
Right.
But they're going to be all over Jared Curtis. It's going to be
Indeed.
tough. It's going to be a tough test for him.
Well, I just think, if Jared Curtis were to have gone to Georgia, probably would have had a city year. Now he's actually able to go to, Vanderbilt and play in the first year, if that's the case. I mean, going into the second of it all, second, third, and fourth, just round out the top 4. Texas and LSU share the same, record of 11-1. The 1 losses for both of them. Texas loses to, if I have it right here, I do. Thank you very much. They end up losing to Ohio State in the second week. Again, prove it to me that you can beat them. I know they're coming back with Arch Manning as their quarterback. You wonder,
I had them losing that game too.
Yeah, so for me, that's where I see them losing. As for LSU, I think Lane Kiffin gets over the Alabama hump. When he was at Ole Miss, he never could seem to beat Alabama. This one, I think he can. It's in Death Valley. This is something that is, I feel, near and dear to his heart, in my opinion. And the 1 loss they have is to Texas at home. So Texas going on the road, getting the dub. I think that's something to look at, pretty special. Rounding out 6 through 10, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, and Tennessee. Oklahoma and Ole Miss sharing a record of 8-4, along with Vanderbilt at 7-5. I have them going bowling. A little bit of regression this year, but I think it's a growing. It's a growing 7-5 with Jared Curtis at the helm. And then here we go at number 9. This is where Tennessee fans turn your eye real quick. 6-6. Yeah, and going through their schedule, their first 3 games are wins. Furman, Georgia Tech, Kennesaw State, and then after that you have Texas, and I think that's where the loss comes into play. I have them beating Auburn, Arkansas, and then here's another loss. It's Alabama, and then this is going to be kind of weird, but there's always that outlying game. South Carolina beats Tennessee.
Really?
There's always one fluky game in the season. I feel like that's where it's at in the middle of the season. Then they have the bye week, come off the bye week, beat Kentucky, lose to A&M, lose to LSU, and then lose to Vanderbilt. I have Vanderbilt winning that final game.
Okay, I have that one too. 6-6.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then as for the 10th team is in Florida in the 11th. Share a record, Kentucky and Florida 6-6.
6-6.
So not too bad. I feel like that's a pretty good year for
who wins that head-to-head.
It is Kentucky.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Kentucky's better than Florida.
There you go. That's all you need. And then to wrap it up, 12 through 16, Mississippi State at 5-7, Auburn at 5-7, South Carolina at 4-8, and then to wrap up the bottom two, Arkansas and Missouri at 3-9. Missouri finishing dead last.
So congratulations to Arkansas. They win an SEC game.
Sorry, being a John Daly, sorry. But, it'll be a fun year, and it just you never know what can happen with Ryan Silverfield. I could be completely wrong. That's why it's called the College Football SEC Prediction.
It's a prediction.
And it's
guess when we're doing it.
It's not a statement.
The beginning of July.
Yeah.
Subject to change. I reserve the right.
So, but those are the big top 16 for me. The game I'm really intrigued about when it comes to Florida, you look at their 6-6 record on my schedule here, is
you got a whole graphic thing up here.
Yeah,
Did you make this?
No, I found it online and ended up, putting an L and a W next to it. I was going to print it out, but the printer at my house is messed up, so why not be digital?
Yeah, I was trying to print one too, but I ended up finding the simulation, so I just kind of copy and paste it from there.
Yeah, it works the same way. Looking at Florida's schedule after the bye week, it's at Atlanta.
JoJo's got a drink.
Yeah, a little Coca-Cola DC action. There you go. You look after the bye week, you have Georgia, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Vandy, Florida State. Again, watch Florida State games here. That's a good way to watch it. Florida. But no, just looking at Georgia, I just think they're just too good. So when you come off the bye, you get all this momentum, like a second wind. And now it's just going to take the air out of their sails.
Yeah. Georgia undefeated, I could totally see. Texas, I think I said in the last segment I had Texas at 11-1. This has it at 11-2 for some reason, so I guess it's factoring in conference games. I have them at 10-2.
Okay,
because I think they're going to lose to Ohio State, and then I have them losing to LSU.
Okay,
so that LSU environment's going to be tough.
Yeah, I just think Georgia's too good, man. I really do.
Georgia's got this thing too. They're kind of like I said with Tennessee, they don't have that one guy that elevates them, but they play so well together as a team, and they play team ball, and especially on the defensive side of the ball, that's always going to be a staple for them.
Right.
I could totally see them going undefeated this year.
Yeah,
sure.
And they also got their running back, Nate Frazier, my cousin, I guess.
Your cousin, long-lost family.
Yeah. I will say the big departure for Georgia is Oscar Delp. They got drafted. They got drafted by the Saints, and that's the big addition for the Saints, but the big loss for the Georgia Bulldogs, it is.
I mean, you got another year with Gunnar Stockton under center. What's his second year as a starter, third year, or maybe fourth year, because he was a sophomore as a backup to Carson Beck. Now I think he's a senior. But regardless, his third year in the system.
He's a junior.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Junior. He's got some experience under his belt. Last season, 2,800 yards, 24 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I mean,
he'll be better this year.
Yeah.
I think he will.
He's from Tiger, Georgia.
He's a local kid.
What a place. Tiger, Georgia.
Speaking of Georgia, did you see Georgia Tech's new uniforms?
Yeah, it was the black shorts, right?
Yeah, well, Under Armour decided that piss would be a great color for a uniform, first of all. So that's what it looks like.
Okay.
They're horrible. I mean, just absolute. Tennessee did their uniform today, or at least their orange ones with Adidas.
Right.
They look good. They're the same. Their numbering's a little bit different, but it's essentially the same thing. Georgia Tech decided to change it up and just go with a completely darker shade of gold, and it looks like pee. Like, it actually looks like human urine.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, Connor. It does not look pleasant.
And they wear black pants for some reason.
They honestly have like a Purdue vibe to them.
It looks terrible.
Where's the blue? Where's the navy blue?
I know.
Like that's the secondary color.
The all white doesn't look horrible.
No, I could dig the all white. They had something like that last year.
They're fine. It's the gold that looks bad.
Yeah,
like really bad.
When they go on the road late in the season and they have a white shirt or white jersey with the, I guess, goldish pants, it's not going to look great. So
2438 on our text line says Georgia has 4 elite tight ends. It's going to be impossible for teams to defend them when they come out in 13 or 14 personnel.
Even better.
I mean, we know Georgia. They always work well with the tight ends, with Brock Bowers, and you can go across their history, especially with Kirby Smart as the coach.
You also got to have really good tight ends for a really good run game.
Yes,
that's the extension of the offensive line. So, yeah, the texture makes a really good point.
I mean, especially if you're going in 13 or 14 personnel.
Yeah.
Chances are you're probably going to have some heavy blockage on one side. So,
for sure. I mean, that's why I'm very confident in Georgia can kind of make a statement and possibly win it all. I mean, they might be I mean, yes, they had their little collapse in the college football playoff against Ole Miss, but they're back. They're ready to wreck the world.
Them and Texas, and you could maybe say Texas A&M because they return a lot. They lose Casey Concepcion, but I really love Marcel Reed.
Le'Veon Moss too, right? The running back, they lose him as well.
Those are the three that I think are head and shoulders above everyone else. Then
That's
you've
fair.
got that second tier of LSU and Oklahoma and Alabama. But I think it's Texas, Texas A&M, and Georgia that are probably the three front runners. 615-737-1025 is the phone number. Frazier, I got to run.
Always good hosting. Hey, we got the whole week.
We do.
We got a lot of fun planned for everybody this week.
We do, yes. We got a lot of fun things planned, but Big Joe will take you through the rest of the show. You got BJ Callaghan coming up in the next hour.
That's right,
so
2:30.
Enjoy. I got to book it back to the station and get into some lists with Mike Sandow. So that'll be some fun.
Love me some Mike Sandow.
So does Adam Bingham. 615-737-1025 is the phone number. More of Chase and Big Joe coming up next right here on 1025 The Game.
All right, back here on the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game, out here at John Daly's Bar in Midtown. Come on out. A lot of fun today. World Cup has just kicked off for the round of games today. Portugal takes on Spain. Winner of that moves on to the next round as they await the U.S. and Belgium that take place this evening. I'm joined now by the one and only Big Joe Dubin, doing double duty today.
I know, man. How are you today, pal?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good. Always good to see you. But a good doctor, man.
Hey, just doing my due diligence.
Today's a good day, man.
It's
I forget the game at 6 or at 7 tonight.
7.
7.
Coverage starts at 5 though.
Okay.
They're doing like a 2-hour pregame.
So they'll go after the Portugal-Spain game.
They'll have a little bit of time. Yeah.
I will tell you, and I told Robbie this morning and Ian, I'm hooked, man. I watched the Argentina-Cape Verde game Friday night because it was 100% Argentina on like all the books and everything.
Chaos.
And they almost won. I was like, this is cool. The goaltender for Cape Verde, they found him on LinkedIn.
Yep.
He's 40, and he played his tail off. It was great. And then last night, the England-Mexico game, the Stones for England to go into that stadium and win was amazing. And now they play Norway.
Correct.
On Saturday down in Miami.
Correct.
So I'm hooked, man. But I will tell you, if the USA loses tonight, the JoJo's out.
Really?
I'm done.
You're done.
Like when the Preds in the playoffs, when they're done, I don't watch a single second of hockey after the Preds were eliminated from the regular season. Not playoff hockey, nothing. I watch a little bit of the Stanley Cup final because those, okay. But as far as like the games leading up to that, nope.
Hate to hear that, Joe, because this is a really good World Cup. I think every single game has lived up to the expectation, if not more.
Okay. I mean, if you don't like America, you're free to leave.
Well, I agree. I love America. What are you talking about? I'm not saying I hate America. I'm just saying in general. Like,
we know what you do hate, though. That's England.
Oh, I hate England. God, I just hate their fans with a burning passion. Like looking at some of the panorama camera angles from last night's game in Mexico.
Sure.
It looked like half of those Mexico fans were going to go after that small little crowd of English fans behind the goal.
Oh, that'd have been something.
It would have been a wild time.
So did England leave immediately after the game and fly to Miami?
I think so.
Yeah, I would have gotten out of town.
I don't think they're sticking around.
Yeah, get to Miami and then worry about Norway. But that was a heck of a game. I mean, it was, I watched almost all of it.
I was a little upset with the last 25 to 30 minutes when, Mexico was up a man and they just didn't really get any true attacks on goal. Yes, they kind of rotated the ball around, but like we've talked about before, when there's a team that sits back in their low block and they're just basically the midfielders and the defenders kind of mesh together.
Right.
It's almost like a 7 back line. It's kind of tough to get around.
It's almost a cure for insomnia.
You're right.
The last Nashville SC game I went to, I guess we're playing New York.
It was a snooze fest for you.
And they did like a 4-corner, like New York was down. They did like a 4-corner stall.
Yep.
I'm like, what are you doing here? Attack. I'm like, attack. That's why I'd be a terrible coach. I would just attack constantly. Defense, offense, I would just attack constantly. But I hope the U.S. wins tonight over Belgium and moves on. We had a good discussion today about the most famous Belgian. You know what it is?
Who's that?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Really?
He's from Belgium. Yep.
Did not know that.
He is.
So I heard you guys talking about Belgian waffles too.
Don't eat them.
No Belgian waffles.
Don't eat them.
So there's a Waffle House. Does that waffle count? It's not a Belgian waffle.
No, Waffle House. No, Waffle House is always good.
I know it's American, but I'm saying like the Belgian waffle is the thicker.
American.
It's the thicker waffle.
I have no clue.
Well, Belgian waffle, it's a thicker waffle that's has more of that doughiness to it.
Okay.
Whereas a Waffle House waffle is a thin waffle that has a little bit more of a crispier side to it.
Okay.
Those I could put down.
Yeah, give me the Waffle House because that's America, right? That's what it is.
Yep.
So I don't know if they win tonight, move on, and they'll take on the winner of Spain and Portugal, right? Who's going to win this game?
I'm hoping Portugal for the U.S.'s sake, but like I said to you and Robbie this morning, Spain is one of those teams that's just fundamentally sound. Like right now, they're absorbing a good bit of pressure. Yes, Portugal's on the attack, but I think what Spain's doing tactically, they're allowing Portugal to kind of run themselves out a little bit, and then that's when you see a team like Spain do so well in the midfield, moving the ball in transition and finding space up top.
Don't we want to see Ronaldo? Isn't that?
Yeah,
wouldn't that be more fun?
I would love to. It'd be a funny storyline. I would love to see Portugal and the U.S. play in the next round because Ronaldo and Flo Balogun both had their red cards appealed, or not appealed, but deferred until after the tournament. And I don't know if you heard this earlier when I was talking to Connor, but Cristiano Ronaldo received a red card in the World Cup qualifier game and was supposed to serve a 3-match ban that would have played into the group stage of the World Cup.
Yeah.
He served a mandatory 1-match ban.
Okay.
The other 2 matches that he is, air quotes, I'd say, what's the best way to put it? Deferred. That are now deferred until after the World Cup, and he is going to retire after the World Cup. So he's not going to serve that at all.
It reminds me when they put a pitcher on a 5-game suspension. He pitches once every 5 days.
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh, we're going to suspend you from the next 5 starts. That might have some kind of, stopping what you want to do. But when you're going to suspend me once for 5 games.
That's why that's why I'd like to see Portugal and U.S. One, because it's a better matchup for the U.S., but 2, because of that whole card rescinding conversation, because both of the teams that would be playing each other both had a player with the red card suspension rescinded.
Right.
So it'd be something fun to keep on.
How much money? So if you're an English soccer fan, all right, and you're joining this entire tournament, so now you got to book a flight out of Mexico City to Miami.
Yeah, that's a good question, Joe.
Right, and then you got to get hotel rooms in Miami, and then if you win there, I mean, how much money are you spending on this entire tournament to go?
Let's see. On the World Cup, it says here, according to Google, that anywhere between $2,600 up to $7,500 is an average trip for these English fans for the World Cup. The fans that are spending the entire World Cup traveling not with the team, but along with the team's schedule, it could range from $15,000 to $40,000.
I gotta think it's more 40,000, right? Because you got to book airfare at the last second. You got to get hotel rooms. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what airfare costs that you leave in a day from Mexico City to Miami.
That's a pretty penny.
Probably $2,000 today.
I think $2,000.
Yeah, last second, they know they got you.
Yeah, I could see that.
You'd be like Costanza and have that obituary for the ticket counter.
Yeah.
And then, did he have it or not have it?
I don't think he had it.
In Seinfeld.
I don't think he had it.
Okay.
Did he?
I don't remember. It's been so long. It's made me laugh because I think we've all thought about, oh, they just missed a goal.
Spain. Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's a lot of money to do that. But, I know people that travel around the South. Like I know some LSU fans that their RV goes everywhere, but they're retired and they plan for it, which is great. I'd love to be able to do that.
But that's different, though. They're traveling with a car. Like this is a plane. We're talking about a plane.
Right.
That's why that whole Freddie Twitter account was so fascinating, because that's a German soccer fan that was going across the country in a car, traveling place to place. Yes, he got some special treatment when it came to, private airfare, private, hotel rooms, whatever it may be, funding that is. But no, that's the beauty about this World Cup is you're going to have fans that spend $40-ish, $50-ish $1,000 to watch their country play.
Wouldn't it be fun though if you're a Tennessee Vol fan, you got an RV and just every week, because we did the NASCAR. There are people that follow NASCAR and RVs every single week, and I'm massively jealous of them.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but did John Madden not have an RV to where he would travel to every away game because he didn't like airplanes?
It was every game.
Oh, every game.
Yeah, the Madden Cruiser. Yeah,
the Madden Cruiser. That's what I'm saying. But I'm talking about for away games because he didn't fly.
What do you mean away games? Every game was away.
Well, I'm just saying in general, like when he was in his broadcasting era, it was every single game.
Every game was gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you follow Tennessee Vols around, it'd be fun, or whatever SEC team you have, to just go to every.
It would be
park
fun.
your RV.
I mean, actually have your face plastered on the side of the RV.
I don't know nobody know who I am.
Well, just have a random face in there, like Vingens. That'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it?
Nobody'd bother you then. Put DVD on the side of your bus and then take off. It's good publicity.
Yeah.
To go and do that. Yeah.
Like an RV.
Yeah. I would just, but it's got to be a nice RV.
So in the RV, it's got to have a king-size bed in the back?
Of course.
And a walk-in shower?
Yeah. Because don't you hook it up, right?
I think so. And a lazy boy?
A lazy boy.
One or two?
I don't know how it's configured.
I think when you go into the RV, you're going to have a lazy boy on one side and the other. Big old TV above where someone's driving. And then, you okay there?
Yeah.
A little tired? Sorry.
Well, I got up at 4:30.
Yeah. Oh, Joe.
Yeah, it's all right, though, man.
Then you have a table in the front. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Thanks. I mean, that's a good time heading out and doing that stuff. What time's BJ Callaghan?
2:30.
Did you arrange that?
I did.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Well done. I can't wait to talk to Coach Callaghan.
He loves talking to you.
He does. Big Joe fan. He is that way.
I mean, you're Nationals media darling.
I am, right? It's a big deal.
16 years now?
25.
25. Holy cow.
Yeah. I mean, it just keeps going on and on and on.
That's a lot.
This guy's got a pizza.
Hey.
He's not going to make it out here alive with that pizza.
Joe.
He's not. The pizza's good. So, I don't know. It's fun. I've bought in. I'm excited about to watch tonight and see how it goes and move on, right?
It'll be pretty tough for Flo Balogun because, yes, he's playing, but Thibaut Courtois is probably one of the best goalkeepers still left in the tournament for Belgium.
Who?
Thibaut Courtois.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said something else.
No, I did not. Not what you think. No, I did not say that.
Starts with an M. I
No,
thought it was
not-
like, what?
no,
What
no,
kind of
no.
soccer game was this afternoon?
Now, that is a Seinfeld episode. Do you remember when that happened?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, no.
But no, he plays for Real Madrid. He's probably one of the best goalkeepers still left in the tournament. It'll be pretty interesting.
What's the farthest America's ever advanced?
They've gone to the final before, 1930.
No, I mean, come on.
I mean, in the modern day, I think, the quarterfinals?
So where they are today.
Yeah.
So if they win today, they go to the semis? No.
Next is quarterfinals, I believe. Right?
Then what's today?
No, you're right. Yeah, it would be the semis. It would be this. Wouldn't it be the semis?
No. They're down
No.
to 4. No.
Got me all screwed up here, Joe.
16 to 8, 8
Yep.
to 4,
8
4
to
to
4.
2.
Yeah, they're in the round of 16 right now. So
Okay.
Quarterfinals is next.
Okay.
Yeah. I was- yeah.
Who beat the U.S. in 1930? Otisburg?
Let's look. I mean, that's way before I was born, Joe. So.
Oh, is it? Didn't know that.
All right.
Thought you were maybe Benjamin Button going backwards.
You're something else. It says here. All right. Is that Uruguay? Yeah, Uruguay.
1930?
1930.
How do you? I'm fascinated about things back then. Like, how did you coordinate with teams? I mean, it's not like you could.
It's kind of like baseball. How would you coordinate stats back in the day? Like,
I've told you how baseball stats back in the day are made, right?
How's that?
The PR guy'd go into the pitchers like, Nick, did you pitch last week? You're like, yeah, 3 games, shutouts. I think I had 37 strikeouts. Oh, nice week. Nick Frazier, 3-0, 37 strikeouts, gave up 1 run. Your ERA is .005. But how do you scout back in 1930?
You don't.
There wasn't, I mean, there was film, but there wasn't film like we know it. Like there was silent movies. I think the movie industry's finally gotten some sound with that. But how do you?
I think you recruited every milkman in the city because they'd be carrying heavy cartons of milk in those little like wired cages, and they had the glass little liters carrying them to house. That's some strength there. You're really working the shoulder muscles.
But-
picking them up, tossing them down, picking them up, tossing them down. That's a good way to get your a really good catcher or a batting average.
Oh, that's meant for soccer. I'm like,
no.
what?
It's for baseball.
So how do you recruit soccer players in 1930?
It's a good question.
I mean, in the shoes they wore back then. I mean, you've
Oh.
seen that. You go to the Hall of Fame and see the shoes and the outfits they wore. You wonder how they ever accomplished anything. But we're also comparing it to today.
Yeah.
So in 100 years from now, they're going to look at what we wore today. Like, can you believe that stuff they wore and what was going on and all that? Yeah, I don't see it. But I just don't know how. I'm fascinated by back then how you recruit, how you scouted, how you got things together. Because, gosh, I mean, it's easy now.
Mm-hmm.
You pop in that huddle tape for high school football.
And you could be in Mobile, Alabama, and you're seeing somebody from Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, it's easy. That's how the portal is. You just send your tape. You know, when I worked in TV to get another job in another market, you'd have to put together a VHS tape or DVD, put it in the mail, and send it. And now you just got, hey, here's my YouTube link. Boom,
Yep.
You got it done.
Oh, it's raining outside. Look at that. So you said when you had your are you okay?
Yeah.
Windows are down.
Probably, but it's all
Oh
right.
no. So when you had your huddle tape out, or not huddle tape, your high school football tape back in the day,
Mhm.
you put together on a VHS tape?
Yep.
Oh, and did you make multiple copies to
Yeah.
send it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. You would just make the same one over and over and over again.
Who helped you with it?
My mother,
Oh,
and send them out.
so who videoed it?
School did.
Oh, okay.
So I take the video from the school, and it'd be on the DVD on the VHS, and you would just tape it over.
Basically, you're telling me the high school would video the entire game. They would send that out to news groups for like coverage.
Never.
Never. Okay. All right.
No. It was never.
I didn't know if it was that elaborate or not.
No, I mean it was very rudimentary back in that day. You had just a film. I mean, it was a guy recorded on a VHS
big old camcorder.
beta cam, yep, and then you'd put together and send it out that way. That's how you got things. Now it's so simple. I'll send you my huddle tape. I'll send you my.
Got a phone like this. And
Yeah.
just do that.
It's so easy now to get things out, and that's why the portal. But it's helped out coaches too with recruiting and everything else because now you don't have to go searching for things. Height, weight, got good grades, good kid. All right, let's see him on the field and boom and go. That's why 7-on-7. I can't stand 7-on-7.
Right.
7-on-7 does not teach you 4th and 1 from the goal line.
No, it doesn't. It just caters to the wide receivers and then the quarterbacks. That's why you see a lot more position players, like wide receivers in today's day and age. Everybody wants to be a wide receiver, not an interior offensive lineman.
Yeah, I just think 7-on-7 doesn't, and I know people call and argue about that. 7-on-7 to me doesn't do anything because it doesn't even simulate a real game. A guy will still make their 9 seconds. They're like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then the coach like 5 Mississippi and blow the whistle, and that's it. There's no pressure. There's no blitz coming from the blind side. There's no blitz coming up the middle. I mean, it is just, I think it's a complete an utter waste of time to do 7-on-7.
Yeah, because then the quarterback's going through his read progressions, and he has all day in the world to look for it.
All day.
When you put him in a real game situation, it's not going to be like that.
All day. I'm telling you, that's why when you get in these games, they're like, well, I don't have all day to do that. I'm sitting the farm after you. If you're dropping back to pass, if you throw that ball and get away, but you're going to get hit and hit hard and go down, and you're going to be like, oh, no, this guy's going to hit me again, come off the side. I'm not going to do that. That's why I think 7-on-7 is terrible.
So going into the next segment, I want to get your thoughts on our question of the day today.
Uh-oh.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Did you hear it earlier?
I did not.
Where is the best hidden vacation spot?
It's a good one.
I did this last year, or I guess a little bit ago when you and Chase were out, and it was a hit
best
like
hidden vacation spot.
Yes.
All right, I got one.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, hold on to it.
I'm not
going to
tell
the
you
other
now.
side. Right here on the Chase and McJoe show out at John Daly's today.
Are you dying on the other side? What are you doing?
I said we'll get to it on the other side.
Other side of what? Life?
Segment.
Oh,
segment.
you got to clarify, man.
Sorry, my bad. I need to clarify with Joseph. My bad. Yeah, we're out here at John Daly's. Look, come on out. They are the home of the FSU in Arkansas to watch all their football games this fall. Their happy hour starts at 4, ends at 7. $3 domestic beers, $3 well cocktails, $5 green tea, Fireball, white tea, and apple shots. I mean, it can't get any better. You can come watch the World Cup games here as Portugal and Spain have kicked off roughly 20 minutes in, just about, as we get into more on the other side segment with Chase and Big Joe show right here on 102.5 The Game. As we come off the July 4th holiday weekend, we are back here on the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game, out at John Daly's. And Big Joe Dubin has joined me as we kind of collect his thoughts a little bit. Joe,
Yeah, buddy.
you okay over there?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm fantastic.
Good.
You look
man.
very dialed in on whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this hidden vacation spot that
Oh.
haven't been in a while, but man, it's not really much hidden, but it's really, 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 really nice.
You want to say it or not?
Oh, set the question up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, today's question of the day is where is the best hidden vacation spot? And it's just solely off your discretion. You just let us know where it's at on the text line, 615-737-1025. Scott in Waverly says Adventure River Water Park in Kentucky.
Okay, can a water park be a hidden vacation spot? I mean, I don't mind it.
I've never heard of it. I would say so.
Okay, we need to get you there and go, man, one time.
Maybe. It's in Eddyville, Kentucky.
Eddyville, Kentucky, man.
Pass by Eddyville, Kentucky all the time when I go to St. Louis.
There's a little spot south of Key Largo in Isla Mirada, which is really, a lot of people go to Key Largo. A lot of people skip Isla Mirada, and it's right there, and it just looks up onto the down to the Gulf, and it's beautiful, and it's hidden, and it's accessible, and it's one of my favorite little places in the world. I don't go there often enough.
Yeah. And you've been there how many times?
3 or 4. It's really cool.
Okay.
It's like isn't that a Buffett song? Don't get there often enough, but God knows I surely tried. It's a magic kind of medicine that no doctor could prescribe. Bow, bow. Yeah. So mine's tropical. I got to go somewhere where there's an ocean breeze.
Okay.
You? Where's yours? Probably daycare at the Y.
No, I said the Hill in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh,
I love eating all the good food.
But is that hidden?
Yeah, nobody really knows about the Hill anymore. It's kind of lost its history buff a little bit.
Yogi Bear knows about it.
Yeah, Yogi Berra Park. You're right.
And that Joe Garagiola from there?
Yes, he is. Senior and junior.
Anybody else from there? Famous?
Randy Orton, Billy Bob Orton, the wrestlers.
Oh, okay.
Who else? Ryan Howard's from there.
Ryan Howard.
Philadelphia Phillies first baseman.
He was in the office, right?
He was.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, when they started doing athlete, right?
And he brought up that stupid, and Jim had to play along like it was funny, and it was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
Jim and Daryl, right?
Oh, my goodness. That's pretty funny. Yeah, no, you're right. It's
Okay.
Jim and Joe. Sorry, someone's texting me.
Who's texting you?
Producer. Just making sure of things.
Oh, okay.
Red, where's your hidden vacation spot?
You know, I don't know if this is hidden, but I guess it's just mine that I always go to that I feel and a lot of people go to. Folly Beach right outside of Charleston. I feel like it's underrated as far as like a famous beach spot. I don't feel like a lot of people, like everybody says Destin or, Gulf Shore, stuff like that. I never really hear about the South Carolina beach. It's very underrated. Folly Beach is awesome.
Not a fan of the Atlantic, pal. I don't know. For some
That's
reason.
fair.
Not a fan.
Folly Beach? I've never heard of that.
It's right outside of Charleston.
Okay. I do like those beaches on that coastline because they're just flat. They go on for miles, just flat. That's it. Where you go down there in the Panhandle, it's all rough.
It's not rough. It's beautiful.
Well, it's beautiful, but like you got to go up and down. Like you really got to fight the sand. Where that's like basically patted down sand where you can just walk.
Okay. What about Daytona Beach? You can drive on the beach in Daytona.
Can you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've never been there, so I wouldn't
Not
know.
bad.
Yeah.
I don't think you still drive. You could for years and years. I'm not sure you can do it anymore, but you can still drive on the beach in Daytona.
Yeah.
It made for some fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
Good times. It's a great question you got there, buddy.
Thank you. It was a quick little segment before we get to BJ Callaghan. It's coming up on the other side for us.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
To watch you work your magic for BJ Callaghan.
Ask a few questions, Joe.
Well, I'm going to ask you about the 4-3-3-1. Is that a good attack zone that you could use on the Belgians?
He would love that. Love to hear that.
Yeah.
But no, Nashville SC, they come back in action July 17th as they take on Atlanta United here. It'll be a fun one because they're best team in MLS right now.
That's Friday night.
Not this Friday, next Friday.
I know that, Goose.
Man, some people
July 17th,
clarify.
yeah.
Clarify, Joe.
Friday night.
Goodness
You be out there?
yes, I will be.
Nice.
I will be.
Good times.
Good Lord, this is just something else. We'll get with BJ Callaghan
Let's
here.
do it.
And on the Chase and Big Joe show coming up right now on 102.5 The Game. Back here on the Chase and McJoe Show, 102.5 The Game, down here at John Daly's. As the World Cup is underway, as Portugal and Spain are 30 minutes in, and it's still tied 0-0. And we talk a little bit more soccer as we bring in Nashville SC head coach BJ Callaghan. BJ, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And just kind of getting into the World Cup real quick, just your overall thoughts on what the U.S. has done so far in this tournament and where their ceiling could be.
Yeah, I think the U.S. specifically has done a really good job. I think they came out with a really clear idea of who they wanted to be and who was going to be their sort of starting team. Put in some really consistent performances. And listen, I think tonight's game versus Belgium will be a good test for them, but one that I think they should be really confident that they can win. And then we'll see who we'll see who they stare down if they're able to advance into the quarterfinal.
Yeah, for me, obviously the whole FIFA thing with Flo Balogun, that it's besides the point, but looking at that matchup specifically with Thibaut Courtois and Flo Balogun, I feel like, for me, just my opinion, I think that is the biggest test that Balogun has coming up into tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're starting to see this is going to be probably the deepest team that they're going to face, probably one of the best attacking teams they're going to face, and then I would, to your point, probably the best goalkeeper that they're going to have faced. And so it's, but this is what you expect when you're in round of 16 matchups. And so you're going to have to be pretty good in all phases of play. And to beat Courtois, it's going to take a good effort, but not one that I think the way the U.S. has been playing, one that they should feel confident that they can definitely execute on.
Yeah, when you were with the U.S. men's national team, what was that like in between games for you? Just like to compartmentalize and just get ready for the next game? What was it, a bit hectic, or were you able to kind of calm the jitters and just kind of get into the next game?
Yeah, I think for us it was a little bit different, at least in the group stage, where we didn't have as many days in between as they do in this World Cup. So I think there's a little bit more runway and kind of chance to get yourself, a breather, a rebuild back up. But the transition from sort of, when we, in our experience, stage to the knockout stage where we played the Netherlands, it's 3 very, very intense days. You obviously learn who you play. You've probably been preparing for a couple different opponents. You're taking inventory of where you are. There's obviously a huge excitement of advancing, but you have to get yourself refocused and kind of balanced. And I think, those guys, a lot of them gone through that experience in 22 will help in 26.
We're talking to BJ Callaghan right here on the Chase and Big Joe Show. Coach, are you able to watch these games as a fan?
That's a great question.
Right?
I do find myself, yes, I find myself watching it more as a fan than I probably anticipated, but definitely, I can even say, last night, the Mexico-England game, I felt like I was on the emotional roller coaster that probably everyone else was on. And that's a place that I don't typically like to be. And I try to keep away from, but I'm just I certainly am just caught up in World Cup fever, just like I think everybody else.
Absolutely. Let me take you back to Friday night, Argentina and playing Cape Verde, and you've coached teams where nobody's giving you a chance to win. It's like, you're not going to win this no matter what you do. Were you rooting for, I know Argentina is good, but for me, I'm rooting for Cape Verde because I'm thinking, all right, everybody says they're going to lose. I want them to win. How did you watch that game?
I mean, listen, I think that's built into our American spirit and our American DNA is, we do root for the underdog. We do like the underdog. And yeah, I think there's it's also new and fresh. I mean, I don't think there's many people out there that have a deep understanding of Cape Verde's, national team. And so I think we get enamored with it. And yeah, we all want that to happen. And I wasn't any different. I think you want to see a really good game, and it's at the end, the result is the result, but you can see how small the gap is, even from the World Cup champion to a team like Cape Verde, and also all of the things that make a team, right? It's maybe not
right.
the people on the team sheet or who's starting the game, but the team spirit and the camaraderie and the ability to kind of do the unthinkable. It's a really powerful thing.
Oh, I absolutely love it. We're talking to BJ Callaghan, the head coach of Nashville SC. How much are you ready to get back? I know we got soccer fever right now. We're all in the middle of all this. How anxious are you just to get back with your team and get going again?
Yeah, we're training now. We've been training for a while, and everyone wants to get playing games. Like as much as I just said, I'm a fan and I'm enjoying the World Cup. There's also this tinge of like jealousy. Like we want to be playing
Right.
too. We want to be competing too. That's what we do. And so we have about another week here of sort of this kind of training cycle, and then we'll be in full preparation for Atlanta. And we're excited to be back at home in front of our fans at Geodis to bring what I'll call our frenemies at Atlanta here, and just kind of get the season back going.
Yeah, BJ, when it comes to World Cup transitioning back into MLS, Ahmed Qasim was one of the players off your roster that ended up playing in the World Cup. Were you able to kind of speak with him in between group stage matches, along with just finally getting back into the groove when he's now back at training?
Yeah, so we certainly kept in touch. You want to be respectful of the environment that they're in and where they are, but we certainly, exchanged messages, myself and all of the guys on the team, in terms of just words of encouragement and how proud we were and we're supporting them and those type of things. And now when he came back in with the group, you get to kind of hear from his perspective, his experience, which he was super proud of, called it one of the best decisions he's ever made in his life. In our group is welcomed right back in and hits the ground running and training.
And then on top of that, like as a coach, hearing and seeing that from a guy like Ahmed Qasim, how do you build off that with the second half of the season about to go underway July 17th?
Yeah, for us, it's just about creating as competitive an environment as possible. And now, obviously, Ahmed's going to come into the group training. He's confident, having coming off the World Cup experience. So he's going to push himself to a higher standard. That's going to push the competition at that position. It's going to push the competition across all positions. That's sort of what this fresh start does for everybody. And then ultimately will make us a better and stronger team.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about any injury updates. When it comes to guys like Andy Nahar, Eddie Tagseth, Patrick Yazbek, how are they healing from their injuries before the World Cup?
Yeah, I would say they're all progressing in the exact same timelines we thought they would be. A lot of them, stayed in market to continue to do their rehab to try and push as fast as they could to get back, and are all right on schedules where we would expect them to be.
All right, Coach, what's your setup tonight to watch the game? For me, when there's like a big football game, I like to watch it by myself because I like to hear everything and see everything. What is your setup tonight to watch this game?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm a little bit like you. I will try and probably be by myself in my living room watching it. And I'm sure I'll be getting a few group chats that go on and we discuss the game and stuff. But I do like to, watch it and take every bit without any distraction.
Love it.
Yeah, BJ, with it, and this kind of not a soccer question, but a American football question. I know you're an Eagles fan. What did you think of seeing the Titans schedule as the Eagles come to town?
Trust me, I've gotten more texts. I can't get anybody to come see me at the Nashville game, but I got more friends wanting to come down to the Eagles game. I do know the Eagles fans are passionate. They travel well, and I've heard from a lot of people when I saw that come on the schedule, and so really looking forward to it because it's been a while since I've actually been able to get to an Eagles game. I don't know if I'll be able to get to that one, but an exciting time, and that's kind of a Philly staple is traveling, is people traveling to away games to see the Eagles.
If I'm not mistaken, the weekend that they're here, I believe you guys have a home game the night before. So just a little heads up on that schedule.
I appreciate you looking out. Maybe all the guys are hoping I'll give them off so that I can go to the Eagles game.
That's a good one. All right, who's your all-time favorite Eagle player?
Brian Westbrook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I've got deep Villanova roots. Brian Westbrook played at Villanova and then was with the Eagles. So for me, a guy that I don't know him, but a guy that I've always admired and loved his story and how he kind of came from maybe a little bit of a non-traditional football school and did really, really well.
The greatest Villanova football player of all time is my favorite player of all time. That's Howie Long.
Howie Long, absolutely, Howie Long for sure.
I mean, you look at his story of where he came from. He probably shouldn't have been in football, and he made it. And that's a blue collar football story.
100%, 100%. And I think we all get drawn to those, all those stories, right? Like, and how there's all different paths and all different ways that you can sort of achieve your dream and make it to the elite level.
There you go.
BJ Callaghan, head coach of Nashville C, is on the line with us. BJ, we appreciate your time. We don't want to keep you much longer. Nashville's first two games are from resumption would be Atlanta United, July 17th on a Friday night, followed by July 22nd on a Wednesday as they take on CF Montreal. BJ, we, again, appreciate the time and best of luck on the second half of the season.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks for having me. And let's get back to watching the Portugal game here.
There you go. Love it. BJ Callaghan joins us here on the Chase and McJoe Show. Joe, got in a little bit of Howie Long action there, huh?
Well, he said Villanova, right? We could go basketball for a little bit because Villanova at the 85 is the lowest seed to ever win the NCAA basketball tournament. Like, they were a 6 seed.
And if you go in
Georgetown
more recently in the NBA, the Nova Knicks.
Nova Knicks, that's
Jalen
right.
Brunson, yeah. Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, Dante DiVincenzo no longer on that team. But, Nova Knicks. So, yeah.
Did you read this FIFA president made a statement here a little while ago?
I did. Infantino. It was a long, statement he made, but, I mean, just kind of a summary of that is just he's kind of saying that, look, we did our due diligence. The judiciary system of FIFA did their due diligence. Belgium, sorry. I had this conversation with Connor earlier about UEFA putting out a statement. Where was that statement when Cristiano Ronaldo was
right,
when he had his 3-match ban with the red card to the qualifiers? That's my biggest gripe about it. But again, FIFA in a roundabout way is still always corrupt in whatever facet you look at it. There's always going to be one side that hates it, one side that loves it. So in this case, for American soccer, everybody loves it. Flo Balogun playing this evening against Thibaut Courtois and the one and only Belgium. So we'll see what happens on that one.
Good for you, buddy.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
No, I'm saying good job. I got nothing to add to that.
You know what you have to add?
What's that?
Celebrity birthdays. America's favorite game.
No, we already played it this morning with Robbie and Ian.
What?
Yeah, we can play it again because I'm sure you weren't listening.
Dude.
And Red would like to play.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was okay. All right, man. So is that going to be an adopted thing now this week? Is you're just going to play celebrity birthdays in the morning?
Yeah, because it drives a few people crazy.
So I'm going to have to figure out a different way to end the show is what I'm getting
You
at.
can do it, buddy.
I guess you know what, Red, we can do Where Are They Now? We'll do that tomorrow. I think that's a good way to do it.
Red's gone home.
Yeah, probably.
So what are we doing today?
Okay.
Are we still doing celebrity birthdays?
Yeah,
We're
we'll
doing
do
where
his
they-
birthdays.
Okay,
Today
cool.
and Thursday.
And then where are they now tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay,
the rest
cool.
of the week.
Sounds
Probably
good.
All right, we'll do that. We're coming up next, celebrity birthdays. And what day is it on the Chase and McJoe Show? 102.5, The Game. All right, final segment of the show today on a nice Monday to kickstart your week here on the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game. Connor Newton and I will have you covered tomorrow, noon to 3, and the rest of the week as Joe Dubin will resume his roles with the one and only Robbie Stanley in the morning. So,
Robbie and Rex too. Robbie and Rex Joe.
Rex Joe.
So it's a good time this morning with my boys Ian and Robbie.
Yeah. Before we get to celebrity birthdays and what day is it, just to answer some of the text on the text line about the question of the day. Rockin' Refuge in McEwen, Tennessee. Beautiful, unique, and it even has cabins made like the little hobbit houses in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool. Let's see. Green Turtle Bay and Grand Rivers, Kentucky. Okay, that's from 1382. Dustin in Hopkinsville. It says here before I read it out loud. Savannah, Georgia. Great food, ghost stories. Let's see. Tons of history. Yeah, so he said the Forrest Gump bus scene was recorded there. So beautiful
nice.
city.
Okay.
Good there. Let's see. Best hidden vacation spot is mine. You just rent a golf cart, get around, fish, golf, or swim. Golf carts everywhere. That's from 1767. Excuse me. Let's see here. That's not that. And that's all we got. So I just wanted to read those off before we ended the show today.
Sounds pretty good, buddy.
And as for now, we have what day is it before we get to celebrity birthdays. And let's see. First, let's have International Kissing Day. So there's that. National Air Traffic Control Day. National Hand Roll Day. So like, sushi rolls, all that stuff. Virtually hug a virtual assistant day. Interesting.
What are you talking about?
I'm just reading it off. Umbrella cover day. Gonna need that after we get out of here. It's raining like cats and dogs outside.
Cats and dogs.
Take your webmaster to lunch day. All right. And last but definitely not least, because it is a Monday and you need a little protein boost.
Right.
National Fried Chicken Day.
National Fried Chicken Day.
You like fried chicken?
I love me some fried chicken, man. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Got to get these within 2. Are you ready? Red, you ready?
Ready to go.
All right, how old is Red? You go first. How old is former LA Ram and TV star, the TV show Hunter, is Fred Dreyer?
57.
50.
He's 80. You guys are close on that. Dr. Crane, how old is Sylvester Stallone?
Ooh. Tulsa King. I'm going to go 65.
I'll go 71.
He's 80.
Wow.
Really?
Red, how old is the Dalai Lama?
62.
71.
91. Dr. Crane, how old is Pa Gasol? Hey, pal.
Pau Gasol is 52.
We'll say he's 55.
46. Red, how old is former New York Yankees second baseman Willie Randolph?
72.
71.
Red nailed it. 72 exactly. Dr. Crane, how old is George Bush, number 43?
George Bush is 73.
We'll say he is 65.
He's 80.
Oh.
Red, how old is Burt Ward? He was the original Robin on TV in Batman.
Oh, he's probably pretty old then. We'll say 92.
99.
81. Dr. Crane, how old is Kevin Hart? You guys about the same height.
Thanks. I'm actually taller than him, but it is what it is.
All right.
Kevin Hart is 54.
52.
47. Red, how old is 50 Cent?
50 Cent. We'll say he's 50.
51.
51 exactly. We're
All
tied at 2. Dr. Crane, how old is Olympic medalist Valerie Briscoe Hooks?
She is current active. No? Yes? Maybe?
It's Valerie Briscoe Hooks.
Okay. That would be 61.
63.
66. All right. we got to break a tiebreaker here. How about Red jazz trumpeter Rick Braun? Famous jazz trumpeter Rick Braun.
58.
59.
70. Dr. Crane, how old is rapper Inspector Deck of Wu-Tang Clan?
65.
68.
55. Red, how old is this is the last one? We gotta say goodbye. Where is it? Drummer John Keeble of Spandau Ballet. Famous drummer John Keeble.
66.
67.
66 at the buzzer. Red wins 4-2. Good job, Red.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Well done. Red Skelton coming in hot at the buzzer.
At the buzzer.
You lose again, pal.
Thanks.
It's all right, man.
You're
You're a winner in my book.
Oh, thank you. You're like when you tell me I'm the loser, it's like the clown at the Happy Gilmore scene. He just laughs at you when the ball rolls.
Oh,
back
yeah,
to him.
right?
Yeah,
No. I mean, you're a loser on the game. In life, you're a winner.
You think?
You're a winner. Big time.
Thanks.
What's on the
Appreciate
show tomorrow?
it. Connor Nute is on the show tomorrow with me. We got, I believe, Tim Hasselback. If those
Should be.
still be going on, yeah.
High school football started today.
It did. You're right. I wonder how that's going with all the rain.
Dead period. Probably practice in the morning.
2 days, right?
I mean, I don't know if you do 2 days anymore, but
You still could do 2 days. It's the 3 days they got rid of.
no, you can't do back-to-back pads, right?
Right.
I think
Yeah.
that's right.
Because I think it was my senior year, they started doing full pads on like Monday. Then they had uppers on Tuesday, and then they did full
Yeah.
pads again. There was a way to get around it
Yeah, I guess you could say
because you
that.
still wore the girdles, and not a lot of people wore the knee pads.
True.
So,
That's it.
But so high school football is back.
All right, there you go, buddy.
Good to know. Good to know.
Send it out, pal.
Well, we got a little bit of time, so that's why I
Oh,
was.
do we?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Thought we were out at 55.
Well, 56 action. So just trying to stall a little bit.
All right, I'll do my simple message we do every
Yes,
day.
as always.
Because
Go
I'm
ahead.
off the rest of the week. I'll be back Thursday. But to our guys out there, I mean, it's a message every day. If you're struggling, go through something, you're fighting. You're still here. You're doing a great job. You're powerful. You're wonderful. Remember, you still haven't met all the people who are going to love you, so we need you here. Be strong. Reach out. I'm so grateful to all the men who've reached out to us in the last 2.5 years. You're doing fantastic. You need to talk? Please reach out to me anytime. I'll talk to you anytime, anywhere, any place, just to let you know how wonderful you are, how much we love you, and more importantly, more than anything else in this world, please know how much God loves you.
Amen to that.
You got it, buddy.
As Chase says, peace, love, rock and roll. Guess who's up next? DVD. They're up next right here on 102.5 The Game.